and they start to freeze. Johnny's talking jive with the greatest ease. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Honking man tries, but he can't keep pace. Johnny's got moves that he can't replace. People all gather when Johnny's around, 'cause he's talking that jive with a heavenly sound. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Harlem pimps run, but they know they can't hide. When Johnny starts jiving, it's a magical ride. He's got the flavor that you just can't deny. Johnny's talking jive and he's reaching the sky. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand.
Hello, you Jive talking motherfuckers. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Is it off the cuff? Jonny talks Jive today. How are you all? Enzelauser. Guten Tag. Adam Weber. My loyal. I love Adam. Adam's amazing. He's in every fucking stream, is Adam. He's amazing. He puts a lot of effort in. It don't go unnoticed, Adam. It don't go unnoticed, mate. Trust me. So how's everyone doing today? It's a bit early for me. Like I normally stream a lot later, don't I? But today I had a little bit of time off. I've been ill lately. I had a proper cold. I've been like blocked up nose, phlegming everywhere. Disgusting. And when I was sleeping, I had to keep going like to unclear my sinuses in the missus. It dragged the missus' head in. I mean, it's not nice, is it? It's fucking gross. Yeah. So a lot of I've had a bit of an up and down week, really. There's the Comicsgate Commando stuff, which I'm not going to go into because I'll leave that to Pat. I'll leave that to Patrick Quinlan. It's none of my business. Patrick Quinlan is the general. His decisions are his decisions. I don't know how much you lot know about it, but you wanna tune into the Comicsgate Commandos tonight if you're interested, because there's some big changes. Yeah. But I thought I'd just like entertain you for a little bit because it's daytime. Some of you might not have nothing to do. I've got some hours to kill on StreamYard. So I thought I'd just pop in. I'm gonna go out dancing. Let's try that again. I'm gonna go out dancing every night. I'm gonna see all the city lights and do everything silver and gold. And I got to hurry up before I grow too old. I'm gonna take a trip around the world. I'm gonna kiss all the pretty girls and do everything silver and gold. And I got to hurry up before I grow too old. Oh, I do a lot of things I know is wrong. I hope I'm forgiven before I'm gone. It'll take a lot of prayers to save my soul, but I got to hurry up before I grow too old. Yeah, I'm gonna go out dancing every night. I'm gonna see all the city lights. That was a Joe Strummer song. Joe Strummer, that was. He was one of my idols, Joe. When you look into him, he's a very interesting man. He had a few like lefty views, granted, but he wasn't woke. He was a liberal. I met him on 2 occasions. One of the greatest men I've ever met. The last memory I had was at Glastonbury. Abu Khan. Much peace to you, Abu. What is it that Commie Mark says? You're salam balakum. I don't know. I can't speak Arabic. Don't take no offence. Shalom, innit? No, that's just Jewish, innit? Shalom. Ansel Hauser. I love Ansel Hauser. He's amazing. I knew Ansel Hauser. I've seen him around for a long, long time, Ansel Hauser. Him and his, I don't know if it was his mate or his partner. They used to be DJs. Hansel and Siegfried. They were actually quite a good group. Like Euro pop stuff. Hansel Hauser in the chat. He's like a Euro DJ. You want to get to know him? He's good. Dennis Rodriguez, my brother. I was actually talking about you last night, Dennis. Not in a bad way. I was saying to Patrick Quinlan, you're probably one of the only other people that I've got quite close to online that I trust. There's not many people I trust, to be honest, in the YouTube community. Everyone's out for themselves, isn't they? Everyone's like trying to get the views, trying to like snake on other people. Oh, that sounds like you're upset, Dennis. Honestly, I didn't say anything bad. I was bigging you up. I was saying you're a good, honest, honourable man. You can ask Pat. At least I'm honest, eh? I told you. And I'm really looking forward to this summer as well, because we've got some great people meeting up. Fuck all the drama. No, all my friend, all good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this summer in May when we all meet, because it'd be different. It'd be good. I don't get a chance to meet people offline a lot. And we'll have a good night. We'll have a few brews. Do a live stream. Let the Yanks watch it. They'll love it. Yeah, it's like midday here in the UK at the minute. It's just gone 12 o'clock. What do you think of that, Hansel? Could I join your European DJ group? I'll be like Jean-Michel Jarre. Electrify. Yeah. Anyone know Jean-Michel Jarre? Anyone heard of him? Because I tried explaining him to Bjorn. I said, we need to do more original stuff. Hello, Dark Minderville. How you doing? Yeah, I know you would have, because you're into good underground stuff, ain't you, Dark Mind? You would have heard of him. I said to Bjorn, I said, we need to do more original stuff in the band, because we're stuck. We're stuck in like doing punk and ska and reggae and stuff, and I want to experiment. I said, we need to do more like arty shit, like Jean-Michel Jarre, more like weird stuff, trippy stuff. That's what people want nowadays. They don't want like old school punk and stuff like that. They want weird experimental music, strange stuff. But obviously, like as a band, we still ain't got Jack. Me, Bjorn, and Billy. We're all kind of like, even though I'm the main singer, I don't throw my weight around. I let them make most of the decisions. Like they make most of the songs. I might come up with a little tune or something, like a little melody, and then they'll work on it and improve it. Because I'm not a musician. This is Billy's keyboard. He lent it to me so I could learn a bit, but I'm not that good really. I just improvise. How's that? Yeah. I reckon I could do that. I reckon I could do like Euro stuff, like thumping Euro house music, and get like high on mushrooms and acid. Stuff. Yeah, just go for it, innit? Fuck it. So, has any of you lot been doing anything interesting this week? Anything I should know about? Is there anything happening online that's interesting? Because I've been away from it all, to be honest. Like I said, I was working on some new animations, and then I had a bomb drop from Quinlan about something happening in the Commandos. A little bit of an argument, I think. And that kind of threw me off a bit. Man, I need to find a new job. Oh no, what's wrong, Dennis? You ain't been fired, have you? Are you just fed up of your job? I hope you're alright. I hope you ain't been like made redundant or anything. Let me know. You need to. Is that because you want to find a new job or because you have to? I wish I could get a new fucking job. Haven't been fired on, but need local employment. Ah, right. Is it like too far to travel, I guess? You're travelling a lot then. It's like too much work, a bit more work than is worth. Like, I had a mate like that. I had a mate who was he was actually a vet. He was something to do with like veterinarians. But he travelled across the country. Because at one point, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I used to volunteer at the RSPCA, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's about it's the protection of animals. It's like an animal charity. Basically, when you get reports of people being horrible to animals, you go and sort of like investigate them and save the animal. Yeah. So I had a lot of mates that were in there, and he used to travel all over. And it wasn't fucking worth his time. Like, he loved his job. I work for a company based abroad, but to meet certain requirements, insurance need to work here. Oh, right. So you need to get like a little part-time job then, really. Just find something fun, Dennis. Just go work in a pub or something, or a bar or a restaurant, just as a side job now and again. Just a few days a week, that might work. Or some sort of like shop or something. I know it's boring and probably below your level of intelligence because you're quite a intelligent man. But fuck it, innit? If you can play the system that way, get a nice easy job. Go be a waiter or something, just to cover yourself. I bet there's a few decent places to work in Germany. They've got nice food, ain't they? Nice food and beer. I'd go for that. If I needed an extra job, I'd probably try working in some sort of like steakhouse or something. I love steak. I love meat. I'll always be a meat eater. I'm sorry if that offends anyone who's vegetarian or vegan, but I could not live without meat. It's like, I think personally you need it as a human to be fully healthy. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Got 7 people so far. Wow. I don't usually stream this early. 6 people now. They didn't like my piano. Right. Yeah, it's nice chatting to you all though. Like, because I don't, like I said, I don't come on in the day normally. When I do my scab casts or the Top Hat Club or anything like that, it's usually late. And a lot of people, like Dennis, for instance, fully agree. Highly protein, meat based. Yeah. Oh, I got a giggly face from Sam Davies. How's that? Yeah, what was I saying? Like Dennis, yeah, he tunes in. He tries to watch my shows whenever he can, but it's late for him over there because I think he's like an hour ahead of us. So he's like holding on to watch it. I had a bit of spare time, like I said, so I just came on to fuck about and use some of my hours up. But I do recommend any of you lot that are Comicsgate adjacent, that are interested in the Comicsgate world and what's going on, please tune in to Comicsgate Commandos tonight. I might even try to go on just to see what's going on if I can. The General is intrigued. It's never good, is it, when someone argues? Hiya, Jonny. James Farley. Hello, mate. How you doing? I don't normally see you because I'm usually streaming too late. Good to have you. James Farley. Everyone. Yeah, it's horrible when mates have arguments. It's like, especially when you got a big group here and there's 2 of them not getting on and you sort of like, you're trying to mediate. True, that is very true, Dennis. They are necessary sometimes. There is only so far you can push people, isn't there? And not everyone's going to get on. I know everyone would love that. Sort them out, Jonny. Well, the thing is, Adam, right? I've spoke to them all. I've done my little investigation, and like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'll let Patrick explain it all because I've spoke to the people involved. I was very upset. I'm not going to lie. I was very upset that there's been a bit of animosity in the ranks. But it will continue. I'm sure it will continue and things will get better. There will be brighter days. But I'm going to try and go on tonight if I'm still awake because it's fucking late when they stream over here. Like when I used to do Comicsgate Commanders, it was like midnight in England. Now it's like almost 2 o'clock. And I find it hard. I'm getting old. I find it hard to stay up that late anymore. I went through them days years ago when I used to go to gigs and fucking raves and stuff like that. I was a right nutter in my youth. That's why I don't drink much now. I drank so much when I was young, it just put me off for life. I used to go fucking Bjorn. We'd go to gigs, and it was like a tradition. Bjorn would always bring this little bottle of Jacobite whiskey. You ever heard of that? Jacobite? It's like a cheap Scottish whiskey you get. And he'd always bring it to the gigs. He'd say, "Here, John, here's your bottle of whiskey." And I didn't even ask for it. And you just used to get it. And I said, why are you giving me whiskey, Bjorn? Why do you give me a bottle of whiskey every time we do a gig or go to a gig? He says, because I like you more when you're drunk. When you're drunk, he said, when you're drunk, you moan less. That was his exact words. And I suppose, I don't know, maybe I do. I'm very reactionary, I guess. Like now and again, I will, what do they call it? Spurging. Now and again, I'll have a little spurge. Because I find I'm a very sensitive soul at heart. I'm an artist and I love people. I've got a lot of love for the people that I communicate with. And it doesn't take a lot to piss me off, to be honest. Because I look at life from a different view. Like, I think I see things differently. I might be mental, but I notice the little things, you see. Like the whole time when I was talking, like I went off at what's his name? Raptor Jesus, that guy. I had no problem with him. I even thought he was quite funny at one point. Then I got invited in to talk to Matt fucking Barr on his show, right? And these are little examples I'm talking about. Being treated like a prick, right? I went in on his show. I was ready to talk to Matt Barr, debate him. I had points to get across. But instead of like mediating it and showing respect for both parties, that Raptor guy, the maestro, he just let Matt Barr cry like a little baby. I couldn't get a word in. And I thought, fuck this. What's the point in this? It's just fucking, it's for views, isn't it? Ever since then, I noticed it. I know their game. I know their fucking game. I've been warning people against that for ages. And you can't call me biased at all because I was mates with Matt Barr. I actually put a lot of effort in to be friends with him. I didn't even have a clue who he fucking was when he came on my first show. Honestly, I mean, I've been following Comicsgate. I didn't even know who he was properly. So he ain't that good. He obviously ain't that famous, is he? I knew Ethan, I knew John, I knew Shane, I knew Billy Tucci, I even heard of Peter Gilmore. I heard of him. I never looked at his work properly, but I knew of these people. And then you get someone like Matt Barr who thinks like the world owes him a favour or something. Just work harder, Matt. Use less of this and use more of this. Simple, innit? Oh, fuck. Oh, I almost spilt my drink then. Sort them out, Johnny. Sort them out. I wish I could have it. There's only so much sort of power I hold nowadays. I think people are pretty bored of me in Comicsgate, to be honest. If I'm going to be honest, like I get my loyal viewers, and I've got to respect people like Shane and John, Mandy, Ethan, Katie, and the Commandos and all that. They're all right. They promoted me. They always watch me and help me. Obviously, everyone that's in the chat here, you're all great. You take your time out to watch some old nutter. Yeah. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. There's a lot of people need to stop trusting people so easily and giving too much away. It's like Shane Davis and the whole dark gift thing, isn't it? When Shane Davis said, I don't even know who he is. Like, I think Shane was making a point with that comment. He was making a subliminal point. To me, that said, don't expect everyone in fucking Comicsgate to be friends or know each other or stuff like that. I've had people just comment on my posts who don't even follow me, mind. They don't even follow me. They comment on my posts acting like I'm their best mate. So, hey, Johnny, having a laugh with me and all that. I mean, that's fair enough. You're trying to make friends. But at least introduce yourself first. Have a bit of decorum. Because I know with me personally, if I go on someone's status or something and I don't follow them and I just butt in on their status, it's usually because I'm trolling or because I want to just like rile up the situation. So when I see someone comment on my stuff and then I think, oh, they don't even follow me, it automatically puts my guard up. It makes me think, hang on, they're taking the piss or what? And you can't be friends with everyone. It'd be fucking lovely if the world got along. There's never going to be peace. Everyone's got fucking ideas of their own. Everyone wants to be the big I am. You're always going to get some cunt. You're never gonna escape that. Let me show you the world. All the amazing places. Look at all the fucked up faces that you see around. Let me open your eyes. Show you what you've been missing. I'm just making that shit up. I think that's from a Disney film, innit? Isn't it funny, right? I just thought of this. Other Disney films, right? All the Disney music in Disney films, they get put as like presets on keyboards. A true story. Yeah, they get put as presets. How do they get the fucking rights to do that? Do they sneak to the keyboard manufacturer and say, oh, we'll chuck you a load of money if you chuck some of our shitty songs on there? There's some really random ones though. It's like, what have we got? Really strange ones, some of them. What's this one? Oh, this is alright. To the place I belong, Manchester City. You're so pretty. Take me home. Grotty Road, Grotty Road. Everywhere I go, oh, I miss you, I miss everything. Oh, I don't know. Good song though, isn't it? Who sung this originally? Country Roads. Probably some old cowboy, wasn't it? Like, what's his name? Who's the one that, who's that, the one that Peter Griffin likes in Family Guy with the big hair? Conway Twitty. Was it him? Conway Twitty. Are any of you in the chat, are any of you into like alternative music, punk or rock or anything like that? Like, do you listen to it? I'm sure some of you like classic stuff, don't you? Yeah, I've been really ill lately. I'm just getting over it, really. Just about. I've been very fortunate that the missus nursed me back to health, giving me lots of like medication and stuff in like other things. Yeah. Yeah, you got, like I said, it's very upsetting when you see friends fight. But one thing I know about Patrick Quinlan is that he's an honest man. And it'd take a lot to make Patrick not like you. He's one of those people. he likes a lot of people. I mean, he's obviously conservative and anti-communist, but I mean, any sensible person is. But he's got a heart of gold, Patrick Quinlan. You talk to him in private, in person. He's the same. He's not fake. So deep down, no matter what's happened, I'm quite confident that it happened for the right reasons. It's upsetting, but I'm sure he had his reasons. I'm actually working on a solo album, music album called Raggy Man. I've got some cover art concept ready for it. It's going to be my first solo project without the band. Well, the band are going to help me out a bit with music. Jonny Scab Raggy Man is going to be cool. In England, a raggy is slang, right? For a roll-up cigarette. Have you got a raggy? It's slang. And it can obviously mean like rags, like dirty, raggy. But I've got a little album cover somewhere that one of my mates made me, like a concept. I'm trying to find it. Jonny Scab, Raggy Man. I think you'll like it though. I've got a few of the beats lined up already. Some of the tunes. Oh, I can't fucking find it at the minute. It's in my gallery somewhere. I've got so many pictures and stuff in my gallery. I'm talking thousands and thousands. Oh, I have got the Johnny Dollars. I don't know if you can see it. There's the 5, the 1 and the 10 of the Johnny Dollars. I'm printing out my own currency, you see. They're going to be worth a lot. Limited editions. I even watermarked them and everything. So I know that people can't forge them. Because I've got there's things in there that I know that I put in there. Johnny Dollars. Scab dollars. 1 scab dollar is the equivalent of 5 English pounds. So it's a good currency. Here we are. Oh, was that it? Jonny Scab, Raggy Man. That was one of the ideas for my solo album. Oh, got light on it a bit too much. Jonny Scab, Raggy Man, Brixton. It's hard to see on there. I hope you like it though. It's going to be amazing. Dennis, sorry, what's upsetting? What have I missed? There's been a little bit of animosity amongst the Comicsgate Commandos, and some of the members have fallen out. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's not my business anymore. But you need to tune into the Comicsgate Commandos tonight to find out what's gone on. It's not for me to say, really. As I said, I've spoken to both parties. I've come to my own conclusion. But you need to hear it from the horse's mouth. It's not for me to talk about, really. But I will say there's been a bit of animosity. That's all. And the annoying thing was that the thing that really pissed me off, apart from that I loved all the commandos, like I love them like brothers, even the lesser ones, the ones that have come in recently, they're all good people, the newer members. But the original commandos team, Carbon, Ben, Quinlan, and me, we were like brothers. We were like, they were amazing when I first met them. And even Commie Mark, he's an honorary commander. Like he was on the very first show. he obviously didn't want to take the title of a Comicsgate Commando, but he helped me out a little bit. And I loved all those guys. And I don't want to see any of them fight. And the other thing is that in secret, only the Comicsgate Commandos knew about this because we had a group chat. I was making a movie, a Comicsgate Commandos movie that was linked to the Merlin Mysteries world. It was actually happening as it was set to be happening as Merlin Mysteries was happening. So there would have been little crossovers. But obviously that's all ruined now. I can't use any of the footage I made because some of the members that I thought were in it aren't. And that annoyed me a little bit. Because I made a bit of footage for it and it took a long time. But these things happen. I have learned though that I need to stop being so nice. And I don't mean that in a horrible way. I put a lot of work in to what I do. And I know people appreciate it. Some people give me super chats and stuff. And they're amazing. And memberships. And I love you for it. And I always will. But in general, it feels a bit like I'm doing all this. For instance, like, I love John Malin. I'm his biggest fan. I've made two, what was it now? 2 seasons of Malin Mysteries. All bigging up John. Never wanted anything in return. I told him at the beginning when he got me on the Jack show to interrogate me with Ethan and Shane and all that. They said, oh, you're going to start selling it. And I said, no, I don't want, I'm not here to fucking sell it to you. I mean, I'm doing it because I love it, because I want to entertain people. And after a while, like, I know they appreciate it a bit. But you feel like, that's it, like, you don't see, like, I don't get invites to these big shows. All these people I've helped out. Shane Davis had me on. Shane Davis had me on his show. He's a real G. He don't give a fuck. I've never been invited on Ethan's show. I've never been invited on John's show. And little things like that. I'm not saying I don't like those people, because I do. I love them and I respect them. But I notice these things. Shane is a trooper. He is. He's very underrated in Comicsgate. And I think he's one of the most honest people in Comicsgate as well, if I'm going to be honest. Shane actually appreciates it, you know what I mean? Like, I know John does a little bit, but Shane appreciates that I helped him evolve the Mange character and stuff like that. I helped him get it out there. I give him a little bit more material to work on. Made Mange a bit of a force of nature. And I've done that. I didn't expect people to fucking praise me for it or give me money for it or anything like that. Obviously, it's nice if you watch it and like it. Give me a like or a share or a sub now and again. But so I do think some people overlook it and don't appreciate it. Not just with me either, with other creators as well. There's a lot of Comicsgate adjacent creators that try to do nice things for Comicsgate, and they're just like looked over. I've been very fortunate that I've built a good little fan base. I've got some good friends online, and at the end of the day, I'm more than just Comicsgate. I like Comicsgate. They'll always be allies of mine. I'll always be rooting in their corner. But I'm not a real Comicsgater. I'm just an ally. I'm adjacent. When I first come online, and I was trolling this community of real life superheroes that went out doing charitable stuff. And I wasn't being horrible to them. I used to be their foil. I used to ask them stuff to see if they were genuine. There was a few of us. I never dreamt that I'd get involved with the Comicsgate community. If you want anyone to thank for me getting involved with the Comicsgate community, then it's one of my very good friends and my artist, Kamikaze. She is one of my best friends in real life as well. And you got her to thank for me coming to your community, because I wasn't even interested. And Cammy said to me, you could do some great things in Comics Gate. We could get a comic out together. You could entertain them. And then I came in like a force of nature, calling myself the General, just to wind people up. And they're like, who the fuck's this guy? He's not Comics Gate. He's coming in calling himself General Scab. I've done it just to wind you up. And it worked. And in the end, I sort of became part of the community over the last year. And it's helped boost me quite a lot, I'm not going to lie. I got some good fans from it. But again, overlooked. My friend, an artist, Kamikaze, she posts her art all the time on X. Only gets a few likes. You've seen her work in real life, you'd be fucking amazed. Yeah, well, Dennis, Cammy's a bit like me. She's not interested in all the gay arguing and stuff, and people that will just drop you because for no reason and stuff like that. She's here for the art. She likes the art. She likes certain people. I'm not very happy with CG in general. I think CG let a lot of shit slide that they shouldn't. I think a lot of people in CG give time to people that they shouldn't. I think a lot of people in Comics Gate, not a lot, but a few, are very two-faced and fake. I don't like everyone in Comics Gate. I'd say about 25% here. But I'm being honest. You're never going to get everyone to like each other. And I owe a lot to Kamikaze as well, believe it or not. She's helped me a lot with my art over the years, and with my channel, and with my StreamYard and everything. You're always going to get people that are pissy with CG. It don't mean they don't like the idea of CG. But you've got to admit, not everyone in CG is a nice person. Because of the way that it's structured, anyone can just claim CG. And I know that's probably a good thing in some respects, that you're not gatekeeping it. But sometimes things need to be gatekept. It sounds horrible. It sounds a bit cancel culture-y. But I'm one of those people that believes that not everyone's worthy of your time. I mean, not everyone's a nice person. Nothing. You got to be a realist in this world. Who are you going to put your energy into? It's all right trying to be nice to the world, trying to be nice to everyone you meet, but they ain't going to be the same to you. At the end of the day, people see that as weakness. They take advantage of that. But as I said, in general, Comicsgate is a good movement, is a good idea, is a good foundation. But you don't have to let a lot of fucking dweebs join you, don't you? Like, look at some of these people you got. I don't know if they class themselves as Comicsgate anymore, but look at them, like Matt Barr and Raptor Jesus and stuff like that. Utter retards. Utter fucking retards that you're sending money to, that you're watching. Not you lot personally, but people in CG. And they don't realise whether you're watching someone's show ironically or just to watch it to get the gossip, you're giving them time, you're funding them. You lot watching me now, you're helping my channel grow. You're funding me in a weird way. Like, I'm not doing it because of that, but I'm trying to point out, the more you give time to these people, you're still helping them grow. You just need to cut them off. They're dickheads. They got nothing positive to put into the community. They're all fucking negative Nellies, gossiping like little old women, and using the drama to get views. It's called drama farming, like what they accuse Ethan of with Trashcast. It's an easy tactic. Anyone can do that. Anyone can start a show and just bitch about people. And for some reason, humans love it. Jinn, yeah. Evil demons. The jinn. That is demons, isn't it? Isn't that like the Arabic version of spirits? The genies. Correct me if I'm wrong, Abu. I know you're an Islamic scholar. See, I'm not even against all Muslims. I've got a handful of half decent Muslim friends, but I don't like their ideology in general, and I'll say that to them as well. I'll say that to their face. I think it's a very outdated and medieval way of thinking. I mean, at least I'm not even that big into Christianity, but at least the Christians tried to move with the times. They adapted. I'd be happy if everyone were just fucking pagans dancing around Stonehenges and burning people in wicker men. That'd be my ideal society. For religion, anyway. Worship the earth, the sky, the water. They're the things we should be thankful for. Fucking world we're living on. Not some bloke in the sky with a beard riding a unicorn. Lost me fucking lighter there. My office is getting a bit of a mess. I've got to tidy it up soon. And I've lost my lighter again. Bastard. Must have one around here somewhere. Yeah, I appreciate every one of you anyway. You're all amazing. And I'll continue to do my shows. And as I said, I'll continue to support Comicsgate. But don't expect me to like everyone in Comicsgate. And you shouldn't expect other people to either. God, I wish I was a magician. Which is just fucking... Fuck, I headbutted the keyboard. You didn't see that, Bill? Where the fuck would my lighter go? Oh well, it's not that important. I'm gonna excuse me. I've been watching a lot of an urban exploration channel recently. One of my friends got me into it. It's called Hell on Earth, and there's a bunch of northern lads from England, and they go around the country and they find like abandoned buildings. They find abandoned buildings and mines and things like that, and they go and camp in them and like explore them. I'm well into that. I love all that. They're called Hell on Earth. You should look them up. They're a funny bunch of lads as well. They have some good like jokes and talks. The Urban Adventure Show or something like that. I'd love to get one of them on one day on my chat show because they're funny lads. They're interesting. Any of you fancy coming in? I don't normally do it, to be honest. I'm Jonny Talks Jive is usually a solo show because I don't normally do it on StreamYard. But if anyone does fancy popping in, I'll put the thing in the link in the chat, just as a one-off, in case you get bored and you want to have a proper chat. I found a lighter. You're right. You are right, Dennis. I can. Please give me a few minutes. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to be on for an hour or two anyway, so I've got to kill some hours on StreamYard because I'm on the free program. It gives you 20 hours a month, I think. And this month I've only used about 8 hours of it, and it renews tomorrow. So I've got like 12 hours to use. It feels like a waste. It feels like a waste to me. Let's see what I can find. Something to watch. Something funny. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of I'll show you a little bit of that channel. The what they call the Hell on Earth. They're funny lads. Play a little bit, right?
Does it look like it's
Okay. Welcome to the dark side of Urbex.
Right, so in this video we're going to be going through.
For those of you that are
an
confused, Urbex is urban exploring. It means going into like abandoned places and stuff. This is just like a weird. This isn't one of their normal shows. This is just a talky sort of podcast.
We had, which
But they're funny lads. They're good. I like them.
showed us the other side of abandoned places. So let's
Where,
go
where were we?
from the beginning.
We swap these places with people online, or like we get given these places from people, so we don't really know what
we're
kind
walking
of what.
into.
Yeah, we don't really know what kind of state, or because we've showed up on places and they've been demolished, or we've showed up and there's been building sites.
Yeah,
Blah blah blah. Anyway,
we got sent this place. Was it on Facebook or something?
I think
We
so.
got sent it by a random person. Check out this house. It's abandoned. This backstory was that this man was a witness. if I
No,
remember right.
he was
in witness protection.
he works for the police, but he went into hiding or something.
Yeah, and he went into hiding and then left and vanished from this house.
What's
There was
it,
all
what's,
the
it, what's it called when you change
Witness
your ID?
protection.
Witness.
Yeah.
Sorry.
it changed all his name and everything, and
I had a
this
mate.
house is where he resided at one point,
Sorry.
and all of
Sorry
the
to interrupt you, lads. I had a mate who went into witness protection. He actually witnessed someone commit a very nasty crime, and they saw him witness it. And the person who committed the crime was a well-known villain in London, a face, as we call them. In London, if you're a big-time gangster, you're known as a face. You're one of the faces. Oh, hello, Kate. Ain't seen you in ages. I'm usually on too late for you, ain't I? How you doing, Kate? She's another loyal. I love Kate. Kate always comes on. Brilliant. Always been supportive. Go give her a channel a like. Kate in Orlando. Yeah, I had a mate go into witness protection. He had to move about 20 miles away from London. And they still had people hunting him down. That's how big this criminal was. He was in there for 3 years before they managed to put this criminal away. You would have heard of him as well.
his bank statements and ID and like family photos were at this place. Like everything had been left behind. So it's like that kind of setting the scene. That's like kind of.
It's
what
like we always say like, oh, why did they have to leave so quickly?
Yeah.
We actually knew this
So
time.
we knew. Well, we knew.
We
So
thought
we
we
set off like we normally do, like maybe a couple of weeks later or something, one weekend,
yeah,
and we turned up at this place, and everything was kind of just normal. It looked fucked.
Yeah, all the cars had moss on them that we could see at that point. They were like the grass hadn't been cut.
Yeah.
Some of the windows had been boarded up. The
the-
door was wide open.
Yeah.
Typical.
Typically, it looked
Nothing out
Normal.
of the ordinary.
We
Go on.
all jumped over the fence, and there was this guy who came out. And it's completely not unusual to bump into people in abandoned
Yeah.
places.
No.
He looked like kind of like an urban explorer.
yeah.
Lloydie asked him.
I said to him,
I think he said like, "What's it like?"
I said,
What's-
all
is it
right, have you? What's it like?
Have
Have
you
you
been
been in? Is it? You been in?
Yeah,
Is it good?
yeah. Who you with?
Who are we with?
You got a camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's private property.
What, you were the owner?
It was
It
15.
turned out
It was
that-
15.
This was his
Family home.
family home.
This is where he grew up.
Yeah,
It
this is
was
where he
his
grew
house.
up. This was his family home, and basically people have been breaking in, claiming that it was
Uh-oh.
abandoned. Okay.
Do you mind stepping off the side?
Yeah, sure. Are you the owner?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of the people whose lives have been ruined by those people on Facebook and everyone else coming through.
oh, right.
And
It'd been left for a year because we're a family member that had died.
Well, he never really.
He never went
Right,
into
yeah,
it, did
right.
he? He
Well-
said
That's pretty bad, isn't it? Just because he left his house for a year, people said, "Oh, he's abandoned," and loads of people went there exploring it. That is pretty bad. I'm on the side of the owner, to be honest.
he said the
Not their
infamous
fault,
term, one bad check in the
Yeah,
post or
that was
some
it.
shit.
One bag check and like
A lot
your
of-
whole life can fall down.
A lot
or
of
something.
quotes and stuff that we've said in past videos, people are going to be like, "Oh, I get it."
I get it now. So yeah, this was his family home, and it had leaked online that it was abandoned, and everyone had gone and completely.
Hello,
Literally
Carbon.
lived in another house for like a year.
Yeah,
that
th-
was
that
the
was-
only
yeah.
way that it was possibly abandoned. They just weren't living in it at the time.
Yeah, and then his dad.
Yeah, then his dad came out.
Then his dad came around the corner.
Dad,
Oh,
we just
God.
got this. They've made a mistake.
The dad's
No,
coming
it's a
now.
mistake,
I'll get my
because
dad on
that
you.
road is public. This is private. You brought a camera with a very expensive microphone with the clear intention of entering this property. So you admit you were going to enter this property.
Yeah, because we heard it was abandoned.
Yeah, we had.
Does it look like it's fucking abandoned?
Dad,
Yeah,
Jesus
look,
Christ.
No, 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 no.
Sorry.
Oh, he's touchy, isn't he?
It's all right.
It's been a tough month.
Well, right, I
There is
changed my mind.
nothing remotely fucking cool about this.
I would have sparked him out as soon as he spoke to me like that. I said, "All right, calm your fucking chops down, mate. I made an honest mistake. Now let me fuck off before I fuck you over."
Okay.
Dad.
What became completely apparent.
Someone starts
is-
swearing at me. That's it.
because
That's
they
it.
found out. Like, a
You
month
raise your
or
voice
so
to me,
that
that
this was
changes the
happening.
game.
Mm.
Yeah.
On Facebook or something.
Yeah, because they
along the
say
line.
they saw people talk about
Did
it
they
on Facebook.
find it on Facebook?
Yeah, they did.
Did they find it on?
No, I think they must
Or
have. I
someone
think they
sent them
visited
it?
it. I think they visited it and noticed, and then
Yeah.
saw it on Facebook.
Can't remember
after.
what the
We
Facebook.
don't know. Basically, we don't know. We're just speculating at this point of how they found out. But they found out.
You're on private property. You're trespassing.
Yeah, we know.
We understand that.
We understand that. We
So
understand.
you understand that you're trespassing.
We understand.
We've already had this conversation.
Right,
They're lucky
so-
they're in England, aren't
We
they?
understand the legalities of it.
If you were trespassing in America, they'd just like. Lucky we ain't got people like that. Well, we have. We have got a few nutty farmers that'll do that.
We understand everything to do with it. We go to places that have been abandoned for years. We've been to hundreds over like the time that we've
Right.
done this.
And that's fine.
Yeah. So every now and
We just
again,
thought that was
we
like-
just thought this was another one of those cases. We don't know the details about it. We don't know the history, and we're not here to cause any damage or anything.
Well, you might not
Right.
be,
So all
but
we-
some of your colleagues in the urban exploring world have forcibly
guarantee-
entered this property on 3 separate occasions in the last 20 days.
He said that he kept having to go from his job on the bus there, which was quite a hard, well, not a hard journey, but a long journey, more of an effort than it was worth, to go and board it up and board it up and board it up and board it up because people kept ripping the boards off and shit. And to have to do that when he didn't drive because he.
This is very rare for them to do a show like this. This is just explaining something bad that happened to them. But if you go on their channel, Hell on Earth, they've got amazing videos. They travel all over the world. It's not just England. They go to like Switzerland, Italy, looking in catacombs and crypts and all sorts.
Mentioned that he had to get the bus. He had to go after work, so he was going late at night at some points.
I can assure you that I've reboarded it 3 times.
yeah,
Yeah?
and people,
I can assure you that this has caused a huge amount of upset and distress.
Yeah,
We can totally appreciate that.
we're not here to. Honestly,
We
you're
just
you're
showed up.
here,
We've never
we
been
just
here
showed
before.
up, and like you're here, and obviously it's causing a lot of distress, and we'll go. We're not here to cause any trouble.
So it was becoming a nuisance, and he said that it was causing problems for the family as a whole, not
Also-
just for him to have to go board it up.
Also, some cunt fucking climbed into the loft, climbed over some pipes, busted one of the pipes. It was
Oh,
leaking,
yeah.
so it fucked all the roof up.
And thanks to people posting it on these websites,
no, we agree.
people are now stealing stuff.
But you're
Normally, when we've been caught by security in the past or whatever the situation is, we're normally like, "Oh, we just
Oh,
thought
we'll
we're
just
abandoned.
leave."
We came for a
Yeah.
look around. We're going."
We expected the same from that, I guess, but rather than it just being a guy that's paid to just walk around and secure it, this was a guy that had not only
It'd basically been
people have
robbed.
yeah,
It'd
and
basically been robbed, and
Every
we were part
fucking-
of the gang that had robbed it. Not in literal sense, but to him,
Or to him, there was no art behind it.
there
He
was
couldn't
no-
get his head around the
No,
fact that
Scarlett.
people want to come and take pictures.
of abandoned places.
It's
why
bollocks,
it was like, why would you want to take pictures of my house? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? You're weird.
There is an art form in appreciating history, taking pictures of old things, and
But
then
this
there's
is not
people-
history. This is my property.
But every single property we go to was or is someone's property at some point that has been left. We thought it was another one of these. It's obviously not. So
It's
we
nice to
go.
mistake. Yeah, we're not vandals.
I have not accused you of
I
vandalism.
know, but I
You're
know.
accusing
but
of us-
you're saying
I'm
that
accusing your
that's it.
community of vandalism.
Yeah, but
That's
we
the
can't accept
difference.
responsibility for the thousands of people that do that.
I don't think the whole witness protection thing was true.
Oh no, it's not. He said that it wasn't.
Yeah, no,
he said
it's-
that,
Oh, did
Yeah,
No,
it's
did
total,
we
it's
confirm
total-
that?
No.
that's a total falsification.
I think I'm in two minds about it, you see. Like, I think if you are going to go into abandoned buildings and places like that, then you shouldn't, like with these guys, they're respectful, they're truthful, they don't nick anything, they don't damage anything. They're genuine guys. But there must be some right twats out there that just break into buildings and fuck them up for the fun of it. I can see the points. I can see both points, to be honest. But these are the wrong lads to be having a go at. These are some of the more respectful people, to be honest.
it's
Like people
bullshit,
that
and
just
it
made up
just
the
goes to
story.
fucking
28
show.
days.
It just goes to fucking show, right, that all these other people that do YouTube videos, like 99.9% of the
Oh,
time,
these
the
fucking
backstory
stories.
is
It's
fucking-
bullshit.
It's a crock of
The
shit.
drug dealer's mansion.
Basically, he worked for security. They
Yeah.
both worked in security, and
Yeah,
there was
they
a few fucking forms with like police logos on and shit. So people made this whole backstory up that
That it was protection.
no, that he worked undercover.
Yeah,
that was
no,
it.
that was it. Yeah,
He
it was
worked
an
undercover, and
cop.
some drug dealers found
Let-
out where he
let's
lived
be
or some
fair,
shit, so he had to
right.
go into
It's a witness
protection.
protection.
Yes,
Let's be
that's it.
fair.
So I've had, so far, I've wasted 3 days. That's 3 days that I don't have when I'm supposed to be sorting other stuff out, dealing with the consequences
Of people
of
going,
other
that
people's
aren't-
actions.
that we're not condoning in the slightest.
I didn't say you were condoning. I said
Yeah,
it's your
acting like- you
No,
think
it's
we
the
are.
community that you're part
No,
of. mate.
it's just right. I'm going because
No,
you're not getting
Al,
the point.
He's getting annoyed.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm getting annoyed.
No,
because
you're
you're talking
no,
about
two
two separate
fucking
groups of fucking
No, you're saying
I got really impatient with the fact that he wouldn't listen, and
He kept repeating himself.
yeah, he kept repeating
Yeah.
himself. He wouldn't listen to anything we were saying. And in hindsight, I fucking understand it. I get why he was the way he was.
But at the time, you
But at
didn't.
the time, I was just a bit like, I was just getting impatient.
Who's
and
this
rather
man
than,
shouting at me?
rather than stand there and argue in the face of a guy that I've just almost like had to nearly gone into his house. Like I understood that we were in the wrong. Rather
never
than
went
being
into his
like
house,
the guy
by
that
the
was
way.
like,
Oh, yeah,
blah,
we
blah,
never-
blah, 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 blah. I was just like, you know what? I'll fucking remove myself from this situation. I'll go let him calm down,
This-
and I'll come back.
This was when Al was on his self-help course.
Yeah.
do you consider yourself an urban explorer?
Yeah,
Right. So
but
the other
the
people
vandals aren't urban
Oh,
explorers.
fucking
They're
not.
fucking vandals. They're people that get joy out of coming to places like this and just saying, I know what I want to do. I'm going to throw a brick through that fucking window. But we're coming to make a video out of a piece of history, whatever. I know you're not saying it's fucking history, whatever, bollocks. We want to come and
I
make a
don't think there's any
video.
need to swear.
You've both been fucking
Yeah,
swearing at each
sorry.
other. You've just been swearing the whole fucking time.
Because
the
I'm
first word you
angry.
said-
I'm angry. You're on my land.
I'm really sorry about
Whoa,
all this shit.
I don't expect you
And
to
we-
apologise.
And if anyone says anything about this, we'll say, look, it's a no-go, don't even bother.
I very much appreciate
Yeah,
that. I'm very sorry about whatever's happened here. The biggest that's miscommunication in history between.
Al came back after he calmed down a bit, and
Oh.
we all became friends.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did actually
And we
have a
meet
nice-
up every Sunday outside church
the
for,
weird-
for a prayer and a ciggy.
We did meet him again, but we'll get that.
Oh, yeah. All right, that way you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, so and then we didn't film this part because we said we weren't going to film anymore.
No, because
Um,
if something's kicking off, you
want to film
you,
it?
you film it for evidence and you film
Yeah.
it for
I
good
like-
fucking
we both
content.
left- we both left it recording just in case like something kicked
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
But then once like we'd settled down, we stopped recording because they asked us not to film anymore, and they started showing us around the house.
And it was fucked.
It
It was fucked. But we've been to some fucked places, and that was up there with.
But, like,
someone
when-
had gone into the bathroom and poured bleach
they'd,
over everything.
they'd thrown bleach over, like, all the hallway was covered
Yeah,
in bleach.
And remember
Yeah,
his
just
toys as well. He was telling us about how like,
Yeah.
all his like Lego and shit
All
been
his
stolen. and
yeah,
stuff.
all his Lego from like his childhood had been stolen, all his toys.
I think that this Facebook group, they narrowed it down to it was them who first discovered it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
were
they
the
narrowed
first
it down
people.
to a Facebook group that no, it wasn't a group, it was a page. A
Yeah.
Facebook page that had like
remember that.
sort of
That had
discovered
been
this
shared-
place
it
and
had
then
been
like
shared on
yeah,
this page.
and
Well,
that's where everyone got the details
The
from.
weird part about the tour was it was not only like walking around an abandoned building and being like, oh, look how fucked that is. It's like
Yeah, it's walking
someone
around.
showing you this is my bathroom
Yeah.
and this is how fucked it is, and you're like,
But it's pretty fucked up, isn't it? The link is in the chat, everyone, if anyone wants to come in. Yeah, they're good lads, though. They're good lads. I'd go give them a sub. They've got an interesting channel. Hell on earth. I'll see if I can find a better one of their videos for you. That was just a talking video, wasn't it? They're a lot funnier normally. Here we are. Here's their latest one, or one of their latest ones. Let's try. Let's try this. This is an abandoned little house out in the country, like a bothy. We call these things bothies in England. A bothy is an old building or farmhouse or shed or something like that that's out in the wilderness and anyone can use it in an emergency. I think you get them in America as well, don't you? Like rangers' huts and things out in the wilderness where you can go if you're in trouble. But these are in England and these are like spread around in remote places and you're allowed to sleep in them and all sorts. It's just a free place to stay for the night if you're trapped. And this is one of the buffies that they went to. And it was like a cold hideout, apparently.
What does that say on it? Cold.
oh my god, that's freaked me out. Look at that. Oh, this is odd. Oh.
It was at the start of a satanic sacrifice. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Weird Camping.
We're cracking on then.
This time we're staying in another Buffy.
Oh,
Another
hang
Buffy
on.
review. How did
We've
you
got
find
someone
out
in the
about
back
this Buffy
room.
one?
I don't think they've been on the show before. Scarlet Fever, how are you doing? Hello.
Good. Hello. I was just bored and rolling. You look like you didn't have anybody on, so I figured I'd give you some company until you had some more folks.
Oh, thank you. Nice for you to come on. I haven't actually spoke to you properly before. Well, you sound like you're in the southern states of America. I could tell by your accent.
Yeah, the accent pretty much gives it all away. Yeah, I'm from Alabama.
Oh, wicked. I prefer the south, to be honest. If I was to visit over there, I'd want to see the south more than the north.
Yeah, we didn't do so well when we got that cold snap recently. I think we had like record-breaking snow down here, so I think everything shut down. But I enjoyed it personally because I haven't seen snow like that since I was a little girl, so it was real fun.
Yeah, I guess it's really rare for you, isn't it, to get snow? We get it all the time in England. It just pisses us off. We get too much of it.
I know, right? For us, it's like a once in a lifetime kind of deal. We get a lot of sleep, but rarely. Where I'm the part of the South where I'm at, of course, a little bit more north, like Tennessee, stuff like that, will still get snow. But I'm so close to the beach that we rarely. But it was good though. For us, like I said, we got an actual snow day. The kids got out of school, something they probably will never experience. Usually, it's hurricanes that we get out for school and stuff.
Yeah. You've been watching. I've been watching these urban explorers. Do you get that in America? people going around abandoned buildings and filming it and stuff.
Yes. Oh my God. People love that stuff here. I'm actually going to do I've been doing some streams on just the crazy and mystery things that are going on in the world, like literally right now, just all around the world.
Yeah.
Because it's wild. Like some of the stuff out there, when you really dig into it and you realize, like, even if it's not true, just the fact that there's a grain of truth to it is scary enough.
Yeah. Do you do stuff on your YouTube channel then? Have you got do you create stuff, or are you just like someone who comes in the chats and supports people? Oh, cool.
I mean, I'm not like a creator in the sense of like comics or nothing, but we kind of cover TV shows and movies, and trying to get into games. I'm working on kind of getting a better setup so I can do video games and stuff like that. But just like to talk and hang out mostly.
Nice.
I use Suno. That's my creative outlet. It's not as good as others, but I do like to create stuff like that.
I've not heard of that. Is that another platform? Is it another?
It's one of the AI platforms they have out there for music, which is probably going to get taken down soon, but we'll see. They're going through a lot of legal battles.
Right. We got another lovely lady in the back room, Kate in Orlando. How you doing, Kate?
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I haven't seen you in a long time. Have you been all right?
Oh, just been out of town working and enjoying the nature. Having a blast, actually. Good morning,
Nice.
chat.
Good morning, Miss Kate.
Hello, Fever.
It's really rare to have. I've never spoken to Scarlet Fever properly. Like, you came on once or twice, Kate, but I don't get to see you much because I'm usually streaming a bit late for you, and this is quite early for me.
Yes, and it was early for me. This is, this morning here. So 8 o'clock a.m. Well, 8:08, whatever. But I want to hear about these booms. Booms. So, like Scarlet, tell you a story, Johnny.
Oh, I don't even know like how real this shit is. Apparently, there's like these weird people are just reporting weird booms around the world. And there was a few guys that were actually like TikTokers or whatever, and they went to investigate in like the hills and stuff. And apparently, cops were telling them not to talk about it. And the next thing you know, they have this weird video where the guy, it's almost as if like from one video to the next, he's a totally different person. He's talking about how the video that he made before was not real. It's, fake. It was all for entertainment. And he sounds like he's reading off a script, and he looks terrified. And they went into the mountains and found this strange ass door in the middle of nowhere. There's nobody around for miles. But you can see that people are like driving into this door. When they go up to the door, it's shut from the inside, like it's locked from the inside. And then when you put your head up to it, you can hear like a engine right there inside the door. Like, what in the hell is this? So I don't know. But the weird thing was the fact that the guy, like the cops were telling him, not to talk about it. And then he all of a sudden, it was like two dudes that this happened to. The same thing happened. It was the same pattern. They go to investigate. They kind of get told to back off. When they don't, they have a weird video that's like total different person. Somebody got to them. It's I don't know what the hell is, and it's all over the world. People are talking about, and I would assume it was just gunfire because we have like military bases and stuff where they do a lot of different training. So I would have never thought I would have even questioned it. But I don't know. Go look up Mystery Boom. It's crazy.
It sounds like the door you mentioned. It sounds like a secret military base or something, or some government facility.
Mm-hmm. That's what I assumed it was. It is just they're like, nope, nobody can know about it. I'm like, what the hell do y'all got down there? It's like creepy.
We get it in England as well. There's a strange the last few years we've been getting like a humming sound under the earth at night. You can hear it like a weird engine. And no one knows what it is. It's like they're doing work under the ground without you knowing. Like digging
they
tunnels.
do have the underground bunkers now. That you can actually go pay for. They have Hollywood has like all the old films down there now. All the big corporations are down there basically doing business underground. I saw that video the other day too. That was oh shit. Oh no, we're fucked. They're already underground and they already have society and we're totally fucked up here. Oh shit.
I interviewed a guy. I don't know if you've heard of him. You probably have if you're into like mysteries and stuff. Steve Stockton. I interviewed him.
It sounds
interviewed him.
familiar. I'm terrible with names, so it'll be one of the things when you start telling the story, but oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he does a lot of missing persons mysteries and cryptids and things like that. He's a very interesting man. He's big in America. He's got a lot of followers on his YouTube. But he's interested in stuff like that. I'd like to hear his opinion on that. He's a very clever man. You should look him up. Missing persons mysteries, I think, or just type in Steve Stockton. He's like an old bearded guy, but he sounds like Johnny Cash. He's got a very relaxing voice.
Nice. I'll have to check him out because I do. I mean, I like watching the Wi-Fi. That's one I check out. And then there's a few other. I'm trying to remember this other guy. I think it's Art of Kicks. I like watching him. He did a lot on like the Mandela Effect, the UFO sightings, the plasma orbs that they're saying are just drones. I still don't look, man. I don't know about them drones. I'm still questioning that shit. I know what Trump said. I know what he said. I just that was weird.
I saw them before they popped off. I was down south in this big old field, and we literally saw them do exactly what they were doing, and all of a sudden they popped up to New York and it blew up. But I literally saw it myself. It was wild. I was out there in the middle of the field having a party. Woo!
Enjoy yourself.
What do you think they are then, personally? Do you think they're like
military?
Chinese?
It's military.
Well, I think there's a couple different things going on, right? So depending on like which video you watch, there's clearly people who are just sending out drones in order to kind of, they're going on the hype, and trying to get people scared or whatever. They heard about the story, let's go fucking troll people, right? Then you have the drones that people have actually found where they've actually shot at them, and they essentially have a force field around them, or at least the way the video detected it, because the guy was shooting rounds, and these particular rounds were supposed to be like indicator rounds, so it pops a little like flash or whatever when you hit something, so you hit it. Well, when it did the flash, it wasn't hitting the item, it was hitting something around the item. To me, those are probably military of some kind that we're unaware of, tech that we're citizens may not be aware of. What concerned me...
Like a force field, you mean? Like an invisible barrier? Mm-hmm.
So, and they actually have shot some of these other ones down and have looked at them, and they look like high-tech drones that we humans have probably made, because it's, again, technology that they won't release to us, or you're going to have to really know your shit to know what this technology is. But what concerned me were the orbs and the plasma orbs. Those, if they're actually energy dispersants that they're trying to test out, which shows that we have renewable energies. And they're not
Tesla.
I mean, if they're literally, and these are different, they're electrical balls of plasma. I mean, they've showed like fire in the sky, like just balls of whatever. And when they bust, they let out shock waves, and they're different. Some are electrical, some are like fire. And the people who originally came up with these sort of things are dead. Like, they killed these people off for the technology. And if they're starting to put that out there, then what is coming next? Because we already know that the corporations don't want us to have free water, free energy, any of these things that we should have as a kind of, I would say, something people should have now. It's not like we're back at the start of the Stone Age, right? Like, we should have come a long way now that certain things should just be like we should just have. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. These technologies have been around forever. And the government is actually, I didn't realize this, but the government has a thing where it can, for the United States, I don't know about everywhere, but if you try to have a patent on a technology and they consider it to be dangerous, not because it's dangerous in the sense of like killing people or hurting people, but dangerous in the sense that it's going to basically take away jobs or what they consider jobs or whatever, they're going to take your technology and destroy it. They're going to completely take it from you. They're going to claim the copyright or whatever, and then they're just going to destroy it. And that's sad.
I should imagine that happens in most countries, to be honest, even in England.
Yes.
If you're a threat to the government or the economy or something like that, they'll just shut you down. There was a man that invented a car that ran on coconut milk.
Yes.
And they wouldn't let him patent it because all the fuel companies hated it. They didn't like it. That you could run a car on it.
Steam.
Mm-hmm. But they killed one of those dudes, right? Or I shouldn't say they. He mysteriously came to an end.
I think The guy who invented Tesla had that, didn't he? Nikola Tesla. He got
He
Yes,
did.
killed.
There
sir.
was somebody who was working on cars as well. That same kind of technology. I don't think he used coconut oil. He was using a different method. It wasn't even like oil. I think it was like some kind of
Water.
It was renewable. He was making renewable. He was essentially the
Right.
way the techno. And I cannot remember how to explain it because I'm a chick and I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. But the way he showed it, it was so cool because it was renewable. It just basically created its own energy. They destroyed it, and then shortly later, he was found dead in his apartment, ransacked with all of his like studying and everything that he had on it, and it was all destroyed.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, I definitely don't put it past any government, to be honest. They're all shady, aren't they? They've all got.
See, Carbon Heart, that might be what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know, but I know a lot of people have mysteriously died from some of these awesome technologies.
Yeah. Well, you've got things in America. You've obviously got the CIA. We've got MI6 over here and MI5. They're like the secret
Five
spies.
eyes.
Sure, we got BlackRock, bastards.
But between all them, they kind of run the world, don't they? They know what's going on. They put people where they want to put them.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't
I
like
want to
your
know
ideology,
who's over BlackRock. Like, who is controlling BlackRock truly? Like, I know it's Chinese or whatever, but it seems bigger than just the fact that it's like the Chinese government. BlackRock seems like they're doing a lot more than people truly fucking realize.
I think
It's the
BlackRock.
13 bloodlines.
Yeah.
The Illuminati.
Pretty much. I reckon
Right?
that I think a lot of countries have got investments in BlackRock, not just America and China. I think a lot of them, even England, we use BlackRock as well in certain situations. They buy up properties and they're doing everything.
They
I
have
think
their
at the end
hands
of
in everything, like every industry, right? Just about farming, real estate, everything.
Yes, I
Kate
do.
knows about families. You've studied a lot, Kate. The
I'm a nerd at
Rothschilds.
heart. Oh yes, Masons. It goes all the way back. The Jesuits. Come on now, Romans. And I didn't come in here to derail your stream, my darling. I just want to say
No,
hello.
I like it. You talk about whatever you want. I love all that.
Okay, because
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like
know either. I felt bad. I'm like, he don't even know me, and I'm just coming in here.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
I'll talk about anything on my shows. I'm not bothered about it getting taken down or anything. I just like talking.
Nice. Did y'all get any of the mystery fog?
The mystery fog?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's supposedly this mystery fog.
We got it here.
And it doesn't, what did they call it? It's supposed to be, somebody tried to relate it to, what was it, like dust? Oh, what was that shit called? Damn it, now I can't remember. They're like these weird dust particles. And
Okay, you ever put laundry soap in a pond and it mixes like bubbles, Johnny?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Okay, that was like the mist one morning after we had that cold where Florida lost our minds because due to the snow. Anyway, after that, the next morning was just this thick, gooey, nasty.
My missus was telling me stuff about that. She said that there's she reckons that they've got weather manipulation machines.
Oh,
where they can
100%.
Oh yeah.
Weather.
I'm looking at a lovely chemtrail right now.
Well, what was weird about the fog is the chemical smell and the chemical residue that people were claiming was left behind in like their pools. And then the way that the fog moves. So like typically at night, you can't really kind of, you'll see it. But when people would shine a flashlight and sort of catch the fog, these particles were moving so different than what you would normally see fog move. It was as if they were kind of thinking, almost as if they were nanoparticles. So I forget what they called it, but it's called dust something. And it's another one of these weird ass fucking like technology things that are supposedly out there. And I'm like, oh, so people were saying that when they checked their AC filters, they were black. So like essentially I just changed it. I can have my AC filter for months and it barely ever looked that bad. These things were like moldy black. And I was like, oh no, we can't trust the fog.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe that in. It's like, that could be some secret way of killing you all, couldn't it? Could be giving you some
And it's
disease.
apparently all over the world, though. It's not just here. And that's why I'm like, a lot of these events seem to be happening, like, not just in the United States. So it's like, what's going on? Because it goes beyond just, like, your own country's government, which we used to always think, okay, you know, Big Brother's always watching you, you know, government, all that kind of stuff. But it seems as if it's beyond that now. Like, somebody's together doing some crazy shit. And I don't know if what people are claiming is going to happen or not. There's people in the FBI coming out, whistleblowing stuff that have to do with aliens, all kinds of just random shit. And I'm like, what are y'all trying to prepare us for? Like, what is it that's truly coming? Okay, you got us scared of all this A, B, C, D, E, F, G stuff, but what is the actual,
I'm not scared.
like,
I'm not scared.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, as like a populace, they're trying to like freaking everybody out. We got fog, booms, aliens, all this weird stuff popping off.
That's programming.
What is it that they're fixing to come out with? Right? What is it that they're distracting? Like, they're distracting the hell out of everybody with all kinds of shit. What is about to happen?
Governments want their people to live in fear, don't they? They want them to think that there's more stuff out there than there is. A lot of it's propaganda, I think.
Yes.
They control you mentally. They make you so
Through
scared
the media,
of
the
what
movies, the music, everything. Hello.
Yeah. And with the whole alien thing, I believe in aliens. I believe in extraterrestrials. But I don't believe that all of them are nice. I think if there are extraterrestrials, then they won't be very kind to us. I think they'll think that we're like ants compared to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like the government want us to get along with them. They're like preparing us, showing us pictures of greys and stuff like that. So, oh, they're cute. They look nice, and they're probably evil motherfuckers.
Right.
Oh no! Look, it's ET. I want to go home with you. Not.
Yeah. Oh wait, he did not say go home, Kate. He said go phone. Mandela effect. Go look it up. He did not say. I swear to God, it was one of our Mandela effects. He did not say go home. He said go phone. I don't believe it either.
He wanted to phone home, but he wanted to go home.
But he said go. He said phone, not home.
No, he said home.
Go back, check it out. Bitch, I covered it on my stream. I swear to you,
I will get my shoe.
Go look it up.
I'll get my shoe. I'll get my shoe.
Go look it up. It's one of the Mandela effect.
E.T. phone home. Is that what you're on about?
I swear we were doing him. He was supposed to say like phone or something, and I was
go
like,
home.
He said phone. He said phone. There was like everybody was like never heard the phone. I didn't remember the phone part. I was like, where the fuck did the phone come from? I was like, no, he said.
Yeah, because remember he got the little what was that little device? That kid's device.
Look, we covered it on the Mandela effect episode, Kate. It threw me the hell off too. I don't believe. Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry, Johnny.
I ain't high yet. I'm working on it. I'm finishing rolling.
1982. I got the clip. From 9.
Sorry, guys.
1982. I can't remember, to be honest. I always thought it was phone home.
It's more of a memory thing, but it's covered on when people do like the Mandela effect. Like what the fuck?
2 times. 2 times. Okay, okay, go ahead, Grover. Okay, here we go.
Phone.
Yes, what a perfect day.
Phone. Phone.
No, not like an airplane.
Phone.
Ship. I think it came from outer space.
You want to call somebody?
What have you been reading?
I am not paying for fraud.
You good. Do good.
Let's skip ahead a little bit, so I might get took down.
Yeah, and please, I'm not here. No, please.
Oh God!
Elliot.
What?
Elliot.
I taught him how to talk now. He can talk now.
Elliot.
Look what he brought up here all by himself.
Elliot.
What's he need this stuff for?
Elliot.
E.T., can you say that? Can you say E.T.? E.T.
E.T.
Drew Barrymore has come a long way.
Phone. He said phone. He said phone.
Oh, here we go. Hang on.
Phone.
Phone. He said phone. He said phone. Can't you understand English? He said phone.
Yeah, Kate, can't you understand English? She said phone.
I said phone, but he wanted to go home.
You're right.
I know. I think there's something about that line that everybody always messes up, but I think everybody thinks it says go home, but it's phone home or something.
E.T. Home phone.
Oh, home phone. It said ET home phone. I think. Let's play it again.
Home phone. E.T. Home phone.
Home phone?
That's weird, isn't it? That
Right?
is weird. That don't make sense. I can't remember
Exactly. That's exactly. All right, so go down the Mandela effect. It's usually memory like fuck ups, but I had no idea that my whole childhood was wrong. Look, I remember the Shazam movie. I don't know how.
Shazam, yeah. Was that with the genie?
Apparently,
Shazam.
it's not Shazam. It's Kazam.
Kazam.
And it doesn't have Sinbad. It had Shaq.
Shaq. I remember that.
I remember Shazam. Now there is a Shazam movie out in the like 2000s or whatever, whatever last couple years. That's a whole nother one. That's a whole thing. And guess what? I heard they're going to put Sinbad in this Shazam just to troll people.
Yeah, it is very strange. I watched a lot of stuff about the Mandela effect, and when you look into it, it is true, isn't it? It's like they've programmed you to remember it a different way than it was actually shown. Either that, or they've gone back over all this footage and just edited it to fuck with people. But I can't see that happening.
Some people think it's Cerna, the stuff they're doing with the Cerna technology and everything, because they're showing like, oh god, it's so weird. Okay, so it has to do with Cerna and it's like time travel. Essentially, people from the future are concerned about what they're going to do with Cerna, so they're sending in things to kind of shut down Cerna. And it's weird things like abnormalities. It could be like a bird that flies in at just the right time when they're doing something that causes the machine to fuck up. And when they're doing that, they're apparently causing these Mandela effects through this process. So it's, oh man, that one makes my brain hurt trying to explain it. Because I'm like, wait. And they were showing the pictures of how Cerna was having all these different abnormalities and like fucked up things going on. I was like, okay, maybe.
The
That's
one
the
in
scary technology.
Moonraker, girl who falls for jewels didn't have braces. Swear she did when I watched in the 80s.
Oh, is that the one she's like on the surfboard? Yeah, she had braces, right? If she was on the memory that I picked, there's just flashed in. She was on like a surfboard or something. I don't.
Yeah, the Fruit of the Loom one, that's my favorite. So the Fruit of the Loom, did it have a cornucopia or not? And now people actually, when we did it on my channel, people remember seeing a plate with the cornucopia and the fruit.
Strange. No braces. Her name's Dolly. Dolly, yeah.
Yep.
There was another one as well. The interview with the vampire. Some people think it was called an interview with a vampire, and it was like interview with a vampire. It was like the name.
Yeah, I know it was interview. I don't know the other one. That's weird.
Mandela effect. So you've done a show on that then, Scarlett?
Yeah, we just did one a few weeks back, and we're gonna trying to do another what I'm calling Mystery Fever tomorrow night, because we never got to the Boone. We're gonna kind of talk more about the drones, at least what Trump has claimed about them, And then anything else people want to talk about.
Put your you should send a link. Are you on Twitter? Are you on X?
Yes, I am actually.
Scarlet Fever 88.
Yeah, send me a link to your stuff on X, and I'll try and promote it and watch it a little bit.
Alrighty, let's see. Well, I gotta find you on here too.
I got you.
I'm just
Johnny Kate's got me.
101 on X.
Okay, because I can probably find it through your. Is it on your channel stuff? Because if it's under your channel stuff, I can find it.
It should be. It should be,
Yeah.
unless I haven't updated it. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I'd like to watch some of your shows or listen to them. It's like Patrick Quinlan, the guy who I used to do Comicsgate Commandos with. He's into all that. He does a show with one of the artists from Comicsgate, and they just talk about mysteries. It's called like Decoded or something. It's interesting.
There's a lot out there. Yeah, and it's wild, right? Like, even if it's not true, I love to still talk about it because I just think it's just interesting.
Yeah, it opens the mind. You should always be open to other possibilities. You close your mind off to it and just deny it all, then you're kind of like a little bit dumb, isn't you, or naive, really. I suppose a lot of people want to live their lives and just forget about it. I think it scares a lot of people, conspiracy theory, because deep down they know that it's probably true, but they don't want it to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch the old film Conspiracy Theory?
Oh, yes.
That was brilliant. I like that.
Yes. Very good.
Classic. I was saying to my mate the other day, I think once we got past the 90s, film quality and music quality just degraded. It went a lot worse. Like, there were some amazing movies in the 80s and 90s compared to what they're making now. They put a lot more effort in.
I think it was all money laundering, and you got crappy. Then you got all the, the crazy news and the actors, and it was just money laundering.
Yeah, probably. Hollywood's a dodgy place.
Everybody knows it now. Box
We
office
got like
is down, so they're trying
it's
to
like
reach
our
out to
version of Hollywood. Our version of Hollywood's called the West End. It's like the posh part of London, but they're all corrupt as well. They're all dodgy. They expect it's like if you want to get into acting, then you got to do like little favors for directors and stuff, all sneaky stuff. There's a lot of corruption that goes on.
Welcome to my couch, darling. Once you have a seat.
Yeah, exactly. It's manipulation, isn't it? They'll always do it to people.
It's control. It's all control.
They prey on the ones that want it the most. That's what they do. They know you want it, and you'll do anything to get it. If they released the Epstein list yet over in America,
They're still fighting. They're still fighting over it.
Yeah, they're going to fight that tooth and nail. There's too many people involved, or high people.
Yeah, I really like. I hope Trump exposes it at some point, because I'm hoping that he's not on that
We're
list.
waiting for the JFK file assassinations to come out. That's on the back burner.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if the left try knocking him off again. Mind, you better watch out for that.
Oh, you got doubles.
Yeah, they already tried a few times.
Yeah, they tried killing Trump in the last year, like twice, didn't they?
Well,
yeah.
Remember he had to do that emergency. Remember he had to do that back in the 16 to his term. He had to have that emergency landing in Hawaii. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Vaguely.
Well, there was like a little attack on the Air Force One plane.
Oh, right.
To divert. And then supposedly when he was playing in Scotland too, first presidency, a hang glider guy came in.
They've been trying to take him out. Yeah, they don't want Trump. Trump is not going to play their game.
That made the rounds.
Yeah, I remember the hang glider guy. I think that was just some crazy hippie. who was trying to disrupt his
Well,
thing.
they're all
I don't think he-
MAK Ultra. They're programmed to do it.
But what again? BlackRock's involved, right?
Well, yeah,
because
exactly.
the last one of the last guys that tried to take him out, right? The big one ever where he actually got really shot at, where he was, you know, doing his campaign stuff. That kid was, I won't call him a kid, but that guy, he was found to be part of like one of BlackRock's commercials and shit. Like he was all a part of it. So I'm like, okay, yeah. And then the building that he was owned was apparently like owned by, or it had connections like to BlackRock as well. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah. And the fact that BlackRock has been at every one of these natural or like crazy disasters that we've had, not only in the United States, I'm sure all over the world, but I know the ones in the United States, whether it was the train derailment, California, North Carolina, where the hurricanes, that weird ass hurricane, right? Like we get hurricanes, but there was this weird hurricane, all these weird weather things, right? Then BlackRock comes in. They came in with Russia-Ukraine war. They rolled the red carpet out in Ukraine for BlackRock.
Yeah.
And that's where all that money was being laundered through for quote unquote for the war. But yeah, no, this is serious. They're trying, and then it's all these places they wanted to do these like 15-minute cities and stuff. Hawaii was the one that I was, holy crap, that scared me to see what they did in Hawaii. How far they're willing to go to claim land is scary.
Yeah. They wanted to do that in England as well, 15-minute cities. I think it pissed a lot of people off. They'll
That's
be a
your
bit
new world
scared.
order. Yep, that's your new world order for you, and they're coming whether we want it or not. And there's so many casualties that are going to follow.
Yeah. Well, we're ready for them. We're ready when they come.
It's scary.
I've been preparing
Well,
for a long.
Johnny, I am available to be picked up and taken and swished away from all of the madness. So.
Yeah, you can. At the end of the world, Kate, I'll come collect you. You can join our
Thank
mercenary team.
Okay,
Yes.
you can't leave me. We're supposed to have our compound. Damn it, Kate. What are we gonna do?
Well, if Johnny will pick us up, if he'll pick us up, and we'll bring the champagne. Yeah.
Me and Kate already talked about it. Me, Kate, and my friend Dana were like, yeah, we're gonna find some land somewhere in the middle of nowhere and just survive all that shit.
To be honest, a lot of British people at the minute, they're thinking of moving to America because Trump's in and he's like better for them. You'll probably get a lot of that over the next few years. A lot of English migration coming to your country.
Oh yeah, they're not playing, man. They are. If you are here illegal, especially if you are one of them on their list of dangerous, you know, folks that have crossed that border. Oh yeah, they're not playing. And you know, Biden did this shit, and it's so sad because like it's not about the fact.
Do nothing that's behind mine.
Well, whoever the powers, his administration, whoever the powers that be at the time, and it's sad because like they're acting like we don't care about people from other countries. No, it has nothing to do with that. We absolutely do. We, as the United States, has spent probably more than most countries in aid and helping other countries. It has nothing to do with that. If we cannot take care of our own, we can't take care of anybody else. That goes to basics. That's not even countries. That's your own family, right? That's just basic life skills. You can't take care of yourself. You cannot help nobody else. We got to get our shit together.
Charity starts at home. That's the saying, isn't it? Like you said, once you've sorted yourself out, then you can focus on helping other people.
And we're so stretched as a country sometimes. Like it's not fair. It's not fair what we pay when it comes to stuff with the UN and all that. Like it's not fair. And we shouldn't have to just because somebody says, oh, this organization is supposed to be for health or this organization is supposed to be help the planet for climate. That doesn't mean that organization is what it is, right? We got Scientology. It ain't got shit to do with science. And I hate Scientology because they took a cool word and now it's stupid. Scientology could have been cool as fuck. They made it retarded. I'm sorry for those who might be into Scientology. Apologies.
Nah, they're nuts. They're crazy. They all dress like naval officers. Carbon Heart says at the CG compound. That'd be a terrible place.
Yeah, no, don't take us there. No. Disavow.
It'd be like Lord of the Flies. You'll have like different gangs, wouldn't you? John Malin's crew and Ethan's crew all fighting.
They already have that, don't they? The guys already have crews or some shit.
The wolf pack.
I was saying Yeah, it's already there.
I want to be in the pampered pack.
Right, we're gonna be outside the compound. We're gonna have the girls
I'm gonna
have
be
their
at
own
the
fucking
pool.
compound.
Where's the cabana boy? Where's my Jenny?
You need an umbrella.
Yes, thank you, dog.
You want one in your drink too?
My Jenny.
That's the problem with the Comicsgate compound. Like most of Comicsgate are all right, but you always get the odd idiot that slips in now and again, don't you? And just claims CG.
Is it like a Mad Max compound? And
Oof.
Every faction. I want to see who's got the guitar. I want to see who has to play the guitar.
Where did you get that from, Mad Max? Oh my goodness.
What? I like the Mad Max.
I was, you're smoking. Dang.
I am smoking. Fuck you. Look, this is where we were last night, Kay. Remember? And we watched Super Jail. I scared the shit out of you and Dana.
Yes. Jonny, have you ever seen that?
Seen what?
This
what?
Oh, this cartoon that used to come out on Cartoon Network called Super Jail. It was so disgustingly fucking crazy, man. Like Willy Wonka, psychopath running a jail with no basic rules. Like he gets to do whatever he wants. He's like bought an island.
It's very graphic, Jonny.
He murders these inmates. It's just like nothing but pandemonium the whole way through. It's like 15 seconds or minutes.
It's on like YouTube?
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube.
There was a lot of strange programs on Cartoon Network, weren't there? A lot of like they found out lately that yeah. I was watching a thing where they said quite a few people on Cartoon Network were accused of being like groomers and pedophiles and stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. All of Hollywood. I mean, Nickelodeon, all of them.
Dan Schneider.
Disney, Disney's fucking Nickelodeon. All of them, man. They're all fucking disgusting.
Carbon, if you're watching, pop in. I've put the link in the chat. Come on in and have a chat. Stop watching from the shadows.
All is welcome. All is welcome. Come to the light.
I know, they're scared. It's just ladies on the panel. No, I'm just kidding.
So out in Comicsgate, do you guys have like a favourite artist or someone you prefer to watch more than other people? Or
I used to really watch Shelby a lot. And I still actually like to watch him. I think he's really fucking fabulous artist. As far as everybody else, I had such a bad taste, and he wasn't even technically CG, but just because of the fact that association kind of thing, me and my friend had such a bad time with one of the artists, and actually technically we had a pretty bad time with two of the artists in the community. So I just turned away from it, to be honest with you.
It's fine now.
Yeah,
I can see
commissions
why
didn't go well.
There's a lot of infighting and drama, isn't there, in Comicsgate? Like a lot of people come there for the art and to support people, but there's all the other stuff you got to put up with. It puts people off. I think it happened to a bit to Abra as well. Abra's. Did you ever watch Abra? Abra's 2 Cents.
I don't think I got to that one.
She was sort of like Comicsgate adjacent. She got a bit fed up of it in the end. She was doing interviews with the Comicsgate artists and stuff. She's got a good channel. She's a good person to sub to.
Nice.
More like you, Scarlett. She does like pop culture stuff, like movies and music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to check her out then, because we do like content creator stuff where we'll let, like, if we're doing a show and we know other content creators are doing it, and people in our audience really want them to come on, we've done like roundtable discussions and stuff with other creators, and the chat seems to enjoy that.
Well, you did like an artist that's not really associated that you like a lot too.
Well, yeah, I do have an artist or Dana has an artist for D&D now, but he has no association with like CG or any of that. He's D&D affiliated.
Fair enough. I like D&D. Have any of you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Or is it too nerdy for you?
Actually, my friend Dana, on her channel, we are getting ready to hopefully in March relaunch our campaign. It's the first time I'm really playing in a campaign. We've been playing for a little bit, but I'm very new to it, so we're getting that ready to launch. It's based off of a world that she created and wrote a novel on. So it's kind of her way to promote her book. So if we get through the campaign, and then she's hoping to launch her book at the end of it.
It is very fun. Like a lot of people don't understand it, Dungeons and Dragons, but when you get into it, you kind of get into the world. It's just fun. It takes you away from reality. It's good.
Yeah.
Carbon Art, how you doing, butter? Hello, you got a mic?
Hello.
You muted.
Oh,
Yep.
he's just here.
What's up, Johnny? How you doing?
Good, mate. You've been all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You know,
you're going to be on the Comicsgate Commandos tonight.
Yes, looking forward to it.
I'm going to try and pop on if Pat sends me the link because I'm very intrigued. I'm interested to what's going on. I've spoke to both of them, and it's quite a complicated situation.
Yes, I'm aware of it, and it got a little bit messy. But as time goes on, I think it's only natural that sometimes people fall off or they join on.
Like I was saying, it takes a lot for Patrick to lose his temper with someone. He's a peaceful guy, so there must be reasons for it. And I'll be tuning in later to find out.
Yeah, we'll get into it. By the way, nice to meet you, Scarlett and Kate.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, hon.
It's good to see the South represented.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Woo!
Kate and Scarlett are brilliant. They've always supported me. Whenever I'm on and they can watch my shows, they're good. They're good people.
Yeah, because honestly, I saw you probably, Johnny, first. I want to say either Fins, Raptors, somewhere around that general area. And then I was talking to Kate because me and Kate were pretty good friends. And I was like, who the hell is this? I was like, I'm digging the mask. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude? Like, this shit is fucking wild. She's like, oh yeah, you got to go check out Johnny's channel. I was like, all right. And so that's how that happened. I was just like, oh, that's
I am a bit of an oddity. I'm a nice guy. I just look really freaky.
I loved your tours of the city. I love those tours.
Yeah, that's just me
Taking a
walking
stroll
home at night.
in the train. Yeah, it does it for me.
The walkabouts.
There you go.
I think you need to start doing some more content for your channel, Carbon. Get a little channel going. Just Carbon.
Yeah, actually, that's the plan. I don't know if you heard on Christmas, I announced that I'm actually making a book that I'm going to launch close to the summer. So either late spring
as in a proper, like a book that you read or a comic book? Oh, no.
Comic book. Yeah, 48-page introduction. And I'm excited about that. So
have you got a basic plot for it then? You got a story in mind?
Yeah, most of it's lined up. I mean, actually, I revealed a lot of the details on that stream on the Commandos. So I
think I missed that one. I think was that on a Christmas episode.
Yeah, but it's gonna launch soon. I gave away some spoilers that I regretted, but luckily not too many people saw it. So, but anyway, yeah, it's gonna be badass. So by the time maybe May, I'm gonna start doing more on my channel. I'll be posting some videos. I'll be doing live streams on my own channel, and in order to promote the book as well.
Well, let me know when you get it going, and I'll try and promote you a bit and share it around.
Yeah, thanks. It's gonna be good.
Now and again, you should just make some little videos, even if you don't want to show yourself on camera. Just make some videos where you're talking about different subjects, your opinions on stuff, because you've got a lot of knowledge about Comicsgate. You've been in it a long time. You're not stupid when it comes to the history of Comicsgate.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I did want to do a review of Godlike, for example. I wanted to do a thorough video on that. So that's a good idea. I could do that. Also, some conspiracy theories.
Have you got any of the? Have you got any Comicsgate comics to review? Like, do you order any, or are you mainly a fan? Like, because I haven't got many. I've got a few Ethan ones. I've got Shane Davis, Billy Tucci. I haven't backed
I
loads,
have.
to be honest.
I mean, I have several. My favorite ones, obviously, Godlike, Graveyard Shift, Cyber Frog, and Glorious Rex. Psycho Killers by Vonster was pretty good, and Battle Brick Road by Eric Weathers. I try to back as many as I can, but it starts to get pretty pricey, honestly.
That looks good though, Yellow Brick Road. I want to read that one. That's an interesting story.
Well, Johnny, I
That
want
was
to thank
good.
you for your time. It's almost 9, and I have to get ready to make some phone calls.
No worries, Kate. Thank you very much for coming on. You're always welcome.
Oh, I appreciate it. I saw you live. Hi. So everybody have a great day.
Yes,
Have
okay.
an
I'll
awesome
call
day.
you later, and we'll
Okay.
maybe we can play Halo today.
Woo. I could die again. All right. Bye.
See you later on, Kate. Take care. Are you and Kate like besties then online? Do you play games together and stuff?
Oh, we hadn't yet, but we're going to. We keep not getting our times together, so to speak. So and I'm also trying to get a new tower. I just had to take the one we bought back because it didn't work right. It kept crashing. So I was like, so we're gonna get there.
Is Orlando a different time zone than you then? Are you like central? And
Yeah,
Orlando
she's an hour ahead of me.
Right.
So we usually have morning coffee and stuff and hang out. I think we're gonna do some morning streams at some point. We're gonna do like coffee with Kate and Fever or something. I don't know. We figured it out yet. We're working on it.
Kate's funny. I like her, and she's very intellectual as well. She knows a lot about
Oh, yeah.
conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah, Kate. Hey, look, man. She in the mornings when we're just hanging out and drinking coffee, she's going through the feed. She's letting me know what's going on around the world. We're doing weather. Like we're essentially doing our streams without doing them yet. I love Kate.
Yeah,
It's good.
Scarlett. I was surprised to hear both of you, Kate and you, Scarlett, talking about some of these in-depth conspiracy theories.
Oh, man, I'm all about it. Like I don't know everything, you know. I'm not like as versed even as most people, but I love the possibilities.
Yeah, no, but you know about CERN, you know about
that as well, don't you, Carbon? You love digging.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when me and my friend covered the TV show Evil, a lot of the stuff that we're even talking about right now, they actually put in that TV show. Cerna was part of it. The new VR technology with chips, these chips that essentially can access every part of your brain, so much so that when you're in the VR technology, it's 100% real, right? They had all of these different things in the show that they were showing off. They had these weird weather things that they were showing off. They, of course, essentially equated it to demons and sort of mythology things. But knowing how Hollywood works, right? Or supposedly the theory behind what people think when Hollywood is showing us things was so peculiar because essentially right after the end of Evil, I started seeing all of the things that they covered in Evil happening in the real world. Like even if it wasn't something new, it was just the fact that all of these things were either happened or have happened. And again, it's another thing where Hollywood is showing us before, like preparing us for what's to come. And I'm like, man, that's bullshit. Like, I don't want to know anymore. I would go back in the dark.
You're exactly right, because some people call it predictive programming. Specifically,
I'll be
Netflix
back
has
in
a bunch
2
of
minutes. Just got to go to the toilet. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, apparently Netflix had a bunch of mysterious, kind of suspicious series where they would show stuff like that. Like there'd be movies that would hint at adrenochrome, for example. You know, there was that movie Doctor Sleep that came out a few years ago. That movie involved actually literally scaring children in order to feed off the fear hormone.
And that's total dark shit if people get into that. Yeah. Total creepy.
So, you know, over time you start to see it over and over again. That's when it starts to click that, okay, there's something to this. You know, it's not just some kind of weird tinfoil hat theory, you know?
And it's definitely scary, like, because especially with the Cerner thing, because they covered in Evil the black hole theory with CERN and time travel and stuff. And I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like if we're going
CERN.
like we're going there with CERN, yeah, like we're going there. And I was like, holy crap. And they're just showing it as if it's common. And those were things that I don't think even most people knew about. But they're letting us know that. So what else is there, right? Like, because I'm always like, okay, if this is what they're showing us, what is it we
Yeah.
don't know?
Well, you can even look up the opening ceremony. There's a video where they show the opening ceremony when they opened up the reactor at CERN. And literally, it was like a satanic ritual. They had people dressed up in pagan costumes and like screaming all kinds of strange chants. It's unbelievable. If you watch it, it's like I can't believe what I'm even seeing.
I'm telling you, they covered that in Evil almost, and they even showed how people were doing this like weird satanic thing at the machine inside, and I was just like, and they're doing it on a TV show that comes on Paramount Plus, right? Like it's just as if it's a common thing. And of course they dress this whole TV show as it's about evil more than, and of course there's influences with humans as well, but they're disguising all these things as just being straight demons. And I'm just like, this is like New World Order shit they're showing us. It's scary. It really is scary.
I was watching a good Netflix series last night. It's called The Capture, and it's set in England, but it involves like all the different spy agencies around the world, and it's the plot of it is mainly about like the government. They're hiring these this team of like professional hackers and video editors to manipulate live CCTV to make people look guilty when they're not actually guilty. They take the camera and they'll like wait for something to go in front of it, and then they'll add their own bit to it, and it's really, it makes you think a lot. Like, it's an interesting thing. You might want to look it up. It's a good program. It's very conspiracy. It's got Ron Perlman in as well. He plays like the CIA leader.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, actually.
Yeah,
but Johnny, I better run because I do actually have to start work.
No worries, mate. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for the invite. And yeah, Scarlett, tune into Comicsgate Commandos. We're live tonight on PQ Vox. What's your Twitter handle? I could send the invite
Scarlett.
to you.
It's like Scarlett_Fever88.
Okay, cool. And Johnny, yeah, hopefully you pop on tonight.
Yeah, I'll try and get on if I can, mate. It'd be interesting. I'll catch you later on. Have a good day at work.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Oh, let's get back to that in a minute.
Yeah, I probably got a few more minutes myself, and then I got to adult and do house cleaning and
such. No worries. Thank you ever so much for coming on, Scarlett. It's nice to talk to you.
I did appreciate this. This was fun.
I think do I follow you on X? I'm not sure if I have.
I
will
sent you
anyway.
a follow.
I'll look for you if I have.
I should have just sent you a follow, I believe. And then I tried to send you my link to my channel, and X tried to lock my damn account. I was like, what? I was like, no, I'm a real person. I'm not a bot.
Before as well. I get that a lot. They think that I'm trying to spam.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a real person. I'm sorry. Don't lock my account.
Well, yeah, I just followed you back, so it should be easier for us to message now. Awesome. Are you
this was fun.
I take it you're a redhead then in real life?
Yes, awesome. I am.
Like the real life Jolene.
I am a real ginger. Pale skin and
I got a lot of redhead friends. I'm not prejudiced.
I have, like, when I was growing up, we were very scarce. Like, I didn't really come across a lot of folks that were gingers, and now I swear everywhere I go I've met gingers, and I'm just like, where the hell did we come from? We were like dying out from my understanding a few years ago, and now it's like we're just everywhere. I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna take over.
they have like a festival in Denmark or Sweden where all the redheads gather once a year, and there's just thousands of them. You should look
Oh
that
God,
up. It's brilliant.
that's got to be a scary event. I don't know. That might be too much redhead energy in one place.
I appreciate you coming on though. You're very interesting, and I'll look up some of your stuff as well. And
Oh, appreciate you, man.
if you ever want me to come on any of your shows, just drop me a link or something, and I'll help you out.
Yeah, definitely for like our mystery ones. I know we got a few guys that are gonna come hang out with us. So I'm trying to do one for tomorrow night, but I don't know if I'm gonna have everything ready to go. So we might just like wait till next week. Just depends on how scheduling goes, you know, family and everything. We try. We try to make it bigger and better and trying to do more stuff over there, but you know, life tends to throw you fuckery.
You'll get there. It's a lot of work, isn't it, trying to build a channel and like putting content on it and trying to get it out there. It takes a lot of effort.
It's a little bit of a learning curve when you first get started, especially just everything from the start, right? StreamYards or whichever one you choose to use, learning that program to any of the editor programs, all that stuff. It's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah. I think with StreamYard, I found it a lot easier. It's very it's quite user friendly. You can work it out after a while. There's another one called Streamlabs. I've never tried it.
I haven't
think it's
either.
a
I've
bit
heard
more,
people say it's better in some regards, or at least it's
yeah.
cheaper.
I think it's better, but it's a little bit more complicated. It's probably less user friendly, but you get better privileges on there.
Yeah, I keep telling myself that I want to go to check out Streamlabs too. I'm gonna eventually try to work around OBS. I know that one's really up there if you try to learn how to do some production and stuff, which I mean at some point would be really nice to learn how to use it. Same thing with some of the other editor programs and stuff. I mean, I use CapCut because it's like the most user friendly and it gives you, I think, the most, and even for free, just the free side of it, not to mention what you get when you pay for it. But I really want to try to use some of the other ones. I just got to get the PC worked out so I can actually render shit properly.
It's worth you opening a StreamYard account because even if you don't pay, they give you 20 hours a month. So you get 20 hours for free that you can use. And you could just use that as your backup, couldn't you, if you wanted?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The StreamYards need to do something now because they went up on their price, but they didn't really give us anything substantially different that was worth anything. Like, I would love to be able to share 2 video screens or something like that, you know? I don't know.
They're quite stingy, aren't they? I mean, you can't even add another camera unless you pay. Like, I've never paid for it. I was going to, and then they upped the price even more, and I thought, well, it's not really worth it for how much I use it.
They don't let you put like some of the little clips as like, what is it, the backgrounds and stuff. That shit kind of pisses me off. I don't know what it is now for the free. I know when I first tried the free, I was like, oh man, what? No. And I was like, all right, whatever.
The free version just gives you about 10 different backgrounds, and you can just change the color of things. There's not much you can customize, really.
But no, I'm liking some of these programs. Like I said, I get the new tower, and we get that finally settled. My kid's got one of the drawing tablets, which she's barely played with, so it's like $600 worth of technology sitting there, and I'm just like, man, if I ever get this fucking tower so I can run it right, I will be able to play with that, and then hopefully we'll be able to start learning how to use it, and then do animations and stuff with it. Because I know my kid had some programs on there for animation.
Do you need like a special cable for it or something? Do you like a power?
Well, like because we have it, so like for my kid, like it hooks into her PC just fine. Mine's just so old that I've been meaning to upgrade the tower, and we actually did. We upgraded it this past week, but again, it was one of the built you buy or whatever, and we're thinking the power supply was just messed up, so we took it back and we're gonna try again. So if I can get my new tower, I'm gonna be so excited because the amount of stuff I should be able to do will just increase. Because right now I can't render fast. I'm on such an old compact on PC that it's good, but it's it's not gonna. I can't update my graphics card. I can't do anything else with it. It's like Windows 10 even. So
I'm using a laptop, and it's not really good for streaming. Really, I need to get a tower computer because laptops only got a certain capability in it. You can't really mod it or add more to it or anything.
yeah, and that's what we're. So my husband, he was gonna originally build it, but the deal they had for this one tower was so good, like you weren't gonna be able to build it yourself for that price.
Yeah.
And again, you know, it should have let us know too good to be true right now. We probably just got the bad shake, but so he's gonna we're gonna wait a few more weeks. Income tax should be coming in and we'll be able to build it and maybe even better. So who knows?
Yeah, good.
Who knows? I may be one of you artists before it's over with of my drawing talent.
Go for it. There's some artists out there, their work's terrible. I'm sure you'll be a lot better.
I do doodling, but I don't like. Oh God, I could never. I would never call myself an artist in any regards. I like to create, but I would never call myself an artist. That to me is.
I've always thought like art's quite subjective though. Like I've got mates that say, "Oh, I can't draw pictures. I draw like a little kid and stuff like that." But I actually think some of their pictures are quite good. It depends on the person viewing it, doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes rough art or like stuff that's, I don't know what you'd call it, like underground art, just rough art where you ain't like going over the top, you're just drawing little doodles and sketches. People like it.
Here, let's see. I'll show you something I recently did. Again, it was just a doodle, so to speak.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I'm doing here. Oh wait. I'm on my other computer now, so I have to remember. And I'm in Firefox. I'm not in Chrome. Oh God, which I think it's this one. Yes.
You just have to share your. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh wow, did you draw that?
I did.
That's actually pretty good. You are good. You've got your own style there. It's very gothic and dark.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? I did not draw, like, when I drew this, I did not draw this. I drew doodles, and it started with the eye. Like, I was just trying to practice my work with eyes, you know, sort of just practice drawing shapes. This was just a shape. It wasn't going to be anything. I was literally just practicing shapes down here. And then I was like, well, I want to do something for a song I created, so let me just try to draw that. It was supposed to be like a desert wasteland. It did not turn into that. So like that's how my art usually works, right? Like I have a vision piece, but I can never draw it. But if I start just drawing, I create something.
I think you got it pretty right. Like when I first looked at that, it reminds me of like the what's it called? Like Nevada desert and stuff like that, where you've got like big rocks and mountains. It's got that kind of feel to it. So you did. Yeah, you can see that that's meant to be a wasteland, definitely. And it looks like lots of little pyramids.
And so that's what I got from some people, and then others saw it as the ocean, which was essentially what was going to turn out to be. Like it was, the ocean's a little bit further off, but this is like as you're coming up to the shoreline.
Yeah.
And so it's got like
That's
the
good.
beach and the cave, and a little
It's
dude up there
genuinely
climbing a
good,
rope.
though. Don't put your art down. I've seen a lot worse than that. That's actually pretty good. If you've done it on a proper book with like not lined paper, just do it on an A4 piece or something. That'll look amazing.
But
You
I could
could
never
even, like-
recreate it. Like I could never recreate this, and if I tried to draw this, I would never be able to do it.
Yeah, I know
And
what
that's
you mean.
frustrating about it. So like every time I try to draw something, I can't get it right. But if I just start drawing, right? Like I just start creating shapes, start shading around them, and it's almost as if the picture emerges itself.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's actually good. I'm not just saying it. I rate that. It's good. Keep it up.
I appreciate you, man. I'm hard on myself anyways, because I'm sitting here looking at it like, oh my God, this shit could have been better. I could have like done different or something. And I'm
think
critical anyways.
Every artist or everyone who does art or draws is like that. You always think you could do better, but there's always going to be someone out there that loves what you've done. That's what you got to remember. Like no matter how bad you think it is, someone out in the world might think it's amazing because they can't draw anything.
But yep, that is my hand at a pencil. It's there.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I like it.
I can't wait till I want to work with the drawing tablet because then we can actually do like animations for D&D and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good for your campaign. Just do your own, draw all your characters and stuff. That'd be cool. I used to watch.
We got an artist that does our characters, and so I'm hoping that if he lets us, I can take those characters into the program, and then if I want to add, different stuff to it or some other things, and then we'll basically our intros will hopefully be animated at some point.
Have you ever watched Critical Role with Matthew Mercer?
Yes, I have. I have not caught up on all of their episodes from all of the campaigns, but I have watched a bit of it.
I watched the Vox Machina one. I think that was the best one.
That's the one I have to get to. That is on my list. And then, like I said, just life hits. So yeah, when we were really into the campaign last year, which we're redoing this campaign just from a lot of fuckery, people dropping out and stuff that kind of messed up a lot of the story and everything. So we're going to try to redo it a little bit. But yeah, that was one that the guys were telling me, like, go check out if you're going to watch it. Didn't they do like a little cartoon or some like little mini skit?
An animated series. I think it's on Amazon. There's like 10 or 12 episodes or something, but they animated the actual story of their campaign, and it was quite good. It was brilliant. I liked my favorite character was Sam Riegel's character, the little gnome. He was a gnome called Scanlin. Quite funny.
Yeah, I love Sam. And what is the other guy they have all the time? Oh, damn it, I cannot remember his name. Travis. Yes, I love Travis. Yeah. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, him and his wife come on quite a lot, don't they? Travis and Laura. Laura. Yeah, it's a good show. I like that. I've always been into Dungeons and Dragons. All my mates
do it so good too, right? Like their show is honestly, and I know they're actors and they're very professional and they have a lot of time and they've probably been into this for a long time, but it is beautifully done to the point where when I started learning D&D, I was watching it because we're live streaming it and we're trying to portray characters, and I'm like, well, that's a hard thing to do. Let me kind of watch and see how they do it. Of course, I'm never going to. Or I shouldn't say I won't be, but I may never be as good as them because they're actors and all that kind of stuff. They're trained, but to at least get, that sort of some kind of ideal, right? Like some framework to go on was real helpful.
It's all just storytelling, isn't it, really? When you're playing a character in Dungeons and Dragons, you just got to think outside the box and make it interesting. Like I remember playing a campaign once where I was playing like a swordsman, like a rip-off of have you ever watched Princess Bride?
Yes, I love that movie.
I was playing like a version of what's his name, Inigo Montoya. I had like a Dungeons and Dragons character like him, and we got attacked by a dragon, and I ended up like thinking outside the box, and I chucked a rope up onto the dragon and lassoed his tail, and it carried me around, and I ended up falling off in the end. But you can just. It's a very creative game. Whatever you can imagine can sort of be done, really, with the rules.
Yeah. And I love my friend as the DM because she's pretty much like that. She's like, if the dice allow it, like she'll let you do whatever. You're gonna roll for it, and if the dice, if you get favored with the dice, man, she will allow it to happen.
Yeah.
And you never know, it's gonna be good or bad. Like we're just like, okay, we're doing it. You find out like maybe we should have not did that.
And you get a good laugh out of it as well. Is you can have some funny moments in Dungeons and Dragons, like things go wrong, and it's good. It's interesting.
And my favorite part is that on the last when we were doing the campaign, I swear we were having the worst luck on this one day. Like everybody was rolling ones, and it was so comical to the point where we're walking up the steps. And, we got a dragonborn. He's just this big, dude. And he's walking up with ready to go, like, to battle. He got a sword. We're all running up the steps. And it's like, he rolled a 1. You tripped on your sword. And you fell. Now you're on the ground. And so, of course, we're running up the steps behind him, right?
Yeah.
Everybody just about was rolling a 1. So it's like, oh, you tripped over the Dragonborn, you fell on your sword. So we're just like a pile of us up on the stairwell, right? Like, and the monster's just around the corner. We're like, God damn it, we got to get up and fucking, they're going to die. So it's fun.
What sort of class do you like playing? Like, what sort of character do you prefer? Like a fighter or a wizard or?
Well, like, honestly, I'm so new to D&D as far as like the game. So I'm going with a shaman cleric, but but I'm going to be a tiefling.
Right, that's interesting. You'll be very powerful magically. Tieflings are good at that.
And I'm going and what we're going with in the story wise is I'm going to be like essentially a dream walker. So my story questing is going to have to do a lot with nightmares, dreams.
Wow. That's
and
good.
and all those such things, which I'm really excited about because I like psychology a little bit, and particularly dreams. I've always found dreams to be real interesting. I've been one to lucid dream most of my life. So I was like, okay, well, this is what I know. I'll put this into my first character just to kind of, because I was like, I don't know. I've always played fantasy games, but never like this, where you actually have to really create a character, right? Like, of course, they give you in games, like you get a base and you can kind of pick and choose a few little things, but mostly your character's already pre-created. This is a whole nother level.
With Dungeons and Dragons, it's almost like you are living that experience, isn't it? You've got to get into the mind of that character and
right. You come up with a whole backstory, right? Like, who was your mom? Who was your dad? Where did you live? How did you grow up? You know, like what kind of experiences did you have pre-campaign? Are you young at this start of the campaign? Are you older? Have you been, in wars all your life, kind of thing? Are you, all those little things to consider in a character that you probably don't really think about when you play most games.
Yeah, true. And then all those decisions help the games master sort of plan out your fate, which is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got are you doing it with like a big group of people then? Have you got a big team planned or?
We have, I'm trying to remember how many do we have. I want to say we have around 6 to 8 campaigning, depending. I want to say we have at least 5 main campaigners, which should be there like every game night. And then we have a few that'll be able to like come in and come out.
Yeah, just like special characters that appear now and again.
Yeah, because they don't like us main guys are going to have like our own side quest from the main quest. And so if you're going to have that, she's like, you have to be able to commit to the pretty much every game. So for those who aren't able to make that commitment, you'll be able to just kind of quest with us, and we'll bring you in like you're with us for this night, and then you go back off to a tavern somewhere and we'll meet up with you later, kind of thing. You'll hear about us. We'll send a raven or something and you can come through a portal and come help save us.
It sounds like you've got a good GM as well, very creative and willing to let you use your imaginations and stuff.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Some of them can be pretty bad. If you play Dungeons and Dragons with the wrong games master, then it can be boring. Like if they're not open to letting you try different things and railroading you through a story.
Oh yeah, she is. Look, she's like, if you can think of it and the dice will allow it, she will allow it. Now it means she may have to come up with her own fuckery, which is fine. That's all fair. We'll know when we went too far, because next thing you know, Loth is out waiting for us outside. We're like, damn it, we fucked up. He's like, yep. He's like, I got monsters too. Y'all got ideas? I got ideas
They
too.
love it, really. They love matching your ideas. Like I've done it before. I've ran a campaign, and it's fun when someone wants to do something weird. It's really fun because you think, what are going to be the consequences of that choice? And then, like you said, you just end up getting arrested, or you got the guards after you or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we had one of our guys. Which some of them are changing their characters now when we're going to relaunch the campaign. But the character he had, and I didn't know this until we got to one point in the campaign, but apparently the whole time through, when he's met with a decision, he'll roll the dice. And depending on the dice roll, he'll either say yay or nay to it. So we get to this point and we're, I'm trying to remember if we were doing the main campaign or a Christmas campaign. But essentially, we came across like these weird like mushrooms or some shit like that, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to try it?" I was like, "Here, eat some." Like, and I'm thinking he's gonna say no, right? And I didn't know he had to roll the dice for it, and apparently he rolled that he had to eat them. I'm like, "Are you seriously gonna eat these?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my god," he was fucked the entire time. He was out of his fucking mind. And he was basically like, "Oh, we're gonna kill everybody." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So we had to get one of our other guys to try to like contain him, which didn't work because this guy was like, he's so smart when it comes to the game. So his character, he basically had it to where he could do just about any fucking thing. He had all kinds of magical powers and shit. And so it was an interesting night. Luckily, the effects of the mushroom only lasted like 3 turns. But man, he was just all over the damn place. But it was fun though, and we learned out that night. I was like, "Why did you eat the mushroom?" He's like, "Oh yeah, this whole time I've been having to roll the dice for decision making." I said, "Oh well, that makes a lot of sense now because I was pretty pissed at you a few nights when you was doing some stupid decision making." And he's like, "Yeah, it was part of my character." I said, "Okay, well it makes more sense now." I was like, "Damn it!" But it was fun though because oftentimes not, he would be the one that was doing something reckless. And we're all looking at him like, "What the hell is your problem?" And he's like, "No, it's fine. It's my character." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, it makes it more fun and realistic, doesn't it? You're always going to get some nutter in your group that tries weird things.
And I like this. Dana, she's got it, our DM, where it's most of us are going to have to battle between sort of the dark and light, and we're going to be tempted all the way through. So her big bad guy, he's like most big bad guys. He wants all the power, wants all the worlds, everything, right? And so, he's like, for mine, the quote unquote dad of my character is Epiles, from the Greek lore. So, because he was, the dream daemon. So he wants the powers of the dream world. And so my dad essentially created me in order to give to Abraxas for that sort of power kind of thing. And I'm like, "Oh, hell nah." So I get a dragon in the end, but I have to decide because the dragon comes from my dad's side of me. And I have to choose.
You're a bit like a demigoddess then. You've got like heaven powers.
A little bit. My mom was a witch in a coven that was fighting against him. And so, because like if you look in the lore of Epiles, there's a passage and it talks about how Gaia or Earth is invoked to sort of get rid of him. So we went with that as sort of like my mom was, and that's where like my character's last name is Gaia, to sort of drive away the nightmare. And my first name is Titania from what is it, the Shakespearean Midnight Summer's Dream or whatever, because the family that adopted me to kind of cover me from my father was of the Fey realm, so like pixies and fairies. And I said, "Oh well, they gave me this name to sort of assimilate me into the Fey realm to kind of like, again, hide me away." And like I get a dragon in the end. It's going to be a dream dragon, Phoenix psychic dragon, and I'm get a choice when I finally get my dragon. I can take the full power of the dragon or I can take the lesser. The thing is, if I take the full power, every time I use my dragon, I'm one step closer to that darker side. So my father and Abraxas will have more sway over me. So it's even though I have a dragon, it's not something I just pull out every match, just willy-nilly. So that's our way of sort of, nerfing it, I guess,
Yeah, it stops you being too over the top, doesn't it? Because if you've got a dragon in every battle, you're just going to win every time, aren't you? Pretty much. It's a good way of limiting it and adding to the story. I like the sound of your games, Master. She sounds interesting. She's clever. Right, I'll let you go anyway, Scarlett. So I might end it soon.
Yes, I know. I just went gabbing. I was supposed to go like 5 or 10 minutes ago.
I like it. I don't get a chance to talk Dungeons and Dragons with much people. All my mates think I'm a nerd for playing that.
My husband looks at me like I'm doing taxes.
But yeah, thank you for coming on, and let me know how you get on, and send me some links to your stuff when you do it. And I'll try and share it around.
I appreciate you, man. It was a pleasure. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
I'll see you next time, man.
Take care, Scarlett.
Bye, hun.
Well, that was Scarlet Fever. What a wonderful woman. Katie in Orlando, and I had Carbon on. I think Dennis must have disappeared. He He went to work or something. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. This has been Johnny Talks Jive. Peace be upon you. I appreciate everyone who's tuned in. And do remember to tune into the Comicsgate Commandos tonight. It should be an interesting show if you like a bit of gossip. Yeah, much love, Kate. Adam, thank you, mate. As always, my top mod. Keeping it going. Yep, work got hold of me. No worries, Dennis. I understand, mate. Totally understand. Great guests today. They were, weren't they? I don't normally get to chat to Scarlett and Kate in one go. I think Kate came on once, but that was on the episode where I had Miss Scab on, I think. She came on for about 5 minutes just to say hello. But then we didn't really get to chat much. Thank you, Dennis. It was only a little off-the-cuff mess-around show. I had to use some of my hours up. But I'll try and catch you on Comicsgate Commandos tonight. If the General sends me the link, I'll see if I can pop on if I'm awake. Take care, everyone. And as always, you've been great. Much love to all of you. Johnny respects you all. Adios. And I'll catch you later tonight, maybe. If not, catch you next time.
Johnny walks in with a strut so sly. He talks the jive and he reaches the sky. Harlem sees him and they start to freeze. Johnny's talking jive with the greatest ease. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Honking man tries, but he can't keep pace. Johnny's got moves that he can't replace. People all gather when Johnny's around, 'cause he's talking that jive with a heavenly sound. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in demand. He's got rhythm and soul like the beach to the sand. Harlem pimps run, but they know they can't hide. When Johnny starts jiving, it's a magical ride. He's got the flavor that you just can't deny. Johnny's talking jive and he's reaching the sky. Johnny talks jive, he's a king on the street. Johnny's in town, there's no chance of defeat. Jive talking cracker, he's the man in